Jess.
Yeah. So last week's episode, we were currently travelling to the northern part of Thundar's Ride. Borskir Bridge was to the northwest and Subar was to the northeast. So we decided to travel to Borskir Bridge at a normal pace, which would take us 4.5 days. So we would probably arrive 3 or 4 hours before Damon would be at the bridge. So Anya and Eartha are currently driving the cart while Samura is in the back of the cart. The stone that Samura retrieved starts to feel anxiety about travelling through the Tempest of Tears on the way back. Samura tries to speak telepathically to the stone, to which Samura says, "Why should I help you?" He hears a conniving old male kind of croaky voice reply back to him from the stone saying, "You shouldn't unless you value arcane knowledge." The stone, after much persuasion, reveals itself to be Netherese, which is kind of its ethnicity. So it tells a little bit of history about its background. So the Netherral was an ancient empire of superpowered wizards and sorcerers. They lived all over the continent. They generally lived in floating cities, and the poor lived in the shadows. Karsus was the biggest sorcerer of that time, and Karsus thought that they were more powerful than any other god, and so they tried to cast a spell to kill all the other gods. And I think this was called, so the battle was called Karsus's Folly. Is that right? So the gods, hearing about this, destroyed their cities because they'd heard about Karsus's plot. The gods then travelled south to Halura, yeah. And also because their 12th level spells were their cap, so they probably wouldn't be able to fight against Karsus and succeed. So the stone that Samura has is one of these remnant figures. The stone that speaks won't reveal its name, as it says that it's not of importance for the time being. Samura names the stone Wade. Samura wants to cast shield spell on Eartha's shield, to which the stone says that that's too strong a spell for his level, and that returning the stone to its flesh would be easier. Samura would have to knock an archmage unconscious, slit his hand, and place the stone in the hand for the stone to be able to possess the body. So that was currently midday that happened. So now we're on to day 2. We all do our own thing. Samura works on Eartha's shield. Anya just plays a violin, and then Eartha just does his own activity as well. So we all just do our own thing, and then we continue on our journey. Eartha starts to see some light movement to the left-hand side of the road. The grass is about 1 foot long, and then he starts to see more movement 10 feet to the left and 5 feet behind the other movement in the grass. Eartha announces that he senses people in the grass. So we get into combat with a bugbear with a spiked club and 3 humanoid goblins. So we eventually defeat these goblins and this bugbear. Eartha and Samura cut the left ear of the bugbear for selling, and they cut the 3 left ears of the 3 goblins. And then Anya takes the reins on the horses to continue into day 3. So on day 3, the day passes quite uneventfully, nothing much happens. And then day 4, the day passes again uneventfully, but we come to the junction between Subar and Borskir Bridge, to which Eartha notices a dark stone cathedral/abbey far in Subar and sees some small houses. So we start heading to Borskir Bridge, to which Eartha has the reins. He stops the cart to inspect the hint of some glinting on the left side of the road. He pokes where the glinting is is with his spear, to which he finds a jagged purple stone, almost circular, with points on each end. It sort of looks like a lens into a universe. It's sort of like a jewel, like an amethyst, and it has like little pockets that look like stars. He later finds out that it's an Ioun stone. The stone reserves 3 levels worth of spells and are chosen when to be released, mainly in combat probably. So the way you use it is you throw the stone in the air and then it orbits your head. So the stone already has a 3rd level spell, which is Sending, and Samura asks if he can have the stone for himself, to which Uther's fine with that. So Samura gets the stone and he casts Sending to a person named Iki, but obviously that's someone Samura knows personally, and Uther and Anya don't know who that is, so that's where it finished.
That's perfect. Thank you very much, Jess. Do you want to just, to finish off kind of the recap, Jackson, you don't have to say word for word, but just kind of like because obviously none of us remember that, I imagine, but just like the kind of vibe of what you were asking, just to recap that.
So
you messaged Icky, someone you knew.
I believe I said something along the lines of, I am going to Subar. Where are you going? Why are you going there? And that, like, I'm okay type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Like I said at the end of the last session, to compare it to an experience we'd be familiar with, it's kind of like when you see that little delivered thing on a message you've sent to someone and you're waiting for the response, you feel even though this isn't necessarily how the sending spell works, you can't tell when if it lands. You kind of feel it. You just, in your gut, you don't know if it's something to do with the Ioun stone, something to do with the stone that speaks, or just something to do with you being real good at magic. You just feel it in your gut that she received this message. And there's just like, not long, because the spell would fade. Sorry. There's just a few moments of silence before you just hear this very razor-like, brittle voice. How could you just leave? A few more moments of silence that like hurts in the interim. Galu thinks that you would not abandon us without just cause, but I know better. We were in Neverwinter, but... And the message ends, fades, hits 25 words.
Okay, still hanging claws, like most people stand like that. Samura's kind of hanging like that over the edge of the cart, claws dug in, and like the first part of it comes in, the claws dig just quickly, sharply into the cart. The Ioun stone still flowing, and Samura just kind of wipes his eyes, props himself back up, and goes and sits down.
You feel this, not sympathy, you get whatever the entity that's inside this stone that speaks. You don't think he's even capable of an emotion like sympathy, but you just get acknowledgement, almost like he kind of acknowledges he heard that, like he was on the call, he had a phone picked up on the line, he heard it as well, and he's like, ooh, just like that acknowledgement of, I witnessed something awkward and I wish I hadn't, but I just want to let you know that I did. I don't want to talk about it. This is just kind of the feelings you're getting, like, I don't want to talk about it, I just want you to know I heard it, and that's pretty much the vibe you get from the stone, as you kind of like fiddle with it in one of your free hands. You just, like you say, sit down. So what are you guys doing? Are you guys...
The winner is far.
Neverwinter, obviously, Eartha, you're not aware of that, but Ellis, Neverwinter is far. Neverwinter, Waterdeep is probably, like, besides from Baldur's Gate and El Turel, which are two big cities along the River Chyanthar, slightly to the south. Waterdeep is the nearest city, and Waterdeep is like a few hundred miles, maybe like 100 miles, maybe a bit more. No, probably about 200 to 400 miles. Neverwinter is probably about 500 miles away from Waterdeep. So like, Neverwinter is pretty much you're in like Amsterdam, and she's in like
Russia.
Like, yeah, she's not close.
To be fair, that is.
She said she was in Neverwinter. How did she get there so fast?
She said we were in Neverwinter. Well, you left Chult. It took you Chult to Port Nyanzaru to Baldur's Gate, like I worked out the other day, is 15 days. And it's been you guys have been together for about 15 days. So it's been about 30 days since you left Chult. So Baldur's Gate, Port Nyanzaru to Neverwinter is about 23 days. So if she left the day after you, which isn't likely, but if she left the day after you, she's been in Neverwinter nearly a 10 day.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Do you say anything about this, or do you just sit down and not talk about it?
I just sit down. Don't speak a word.
Cool. Do any of you guys ask, or are you leaving it?
You okay, buddy?
Yeah. Turns out that's not the right voice.
There we go.
I'm thrown. What do you want from me? Turns out they were just actually still in Chult. They didn't leave. Just the father hadn't seen Selu for a couple of days, but they're all alright, luckily.
Interesting.
So
make a deception check. You two make an insight check. See if you can tell he's lying.
Nope.
23.
23 on insight for Jess. Ellis, what was your insight?
Am I?
Big one.
I'm not allowed to use.
You can use.
I'm not
inspiration.
I do have a plus.
But
7.
Jess has already told me.
Say again?
But Jess has already said a number, so I feel quite bad using inspiration now.
Inspiration doesn't really have rules, so I mean it's unlikely you're going to be able to beat Jess in a.
I'm using inspiration just because I feel like.
I'm just gonna let it slide.
24.
24. Okay.
Yeah. I need a 19 to match that.
He's like Samura's like, and he's like crying, and his feathers are matting, and you're like, okay, so you're clearly lying. You can choose whether you want to confront that or leave it.
Well, and you will.
I'll raise my eyebrow and turn around.
Cool.
I'll confront it. I'll say, Samura, what's really going on?
I need to get this conversation. I feel like most conversations I could just start rambling and see what happens, but this has to be right. No, it's really nothing. It's okay. I'm just gonna keep pretending nothing's alright.
I know you're lying.
I mean, I know too, but I'm just ignoring it for you. That was Eartha talking, by the way.
Okay. Yeah, if they're both coming at me, I'll fess up. They're in they were in Neverwinter.
So actually, you know what I'll do? I'll read it to you in my normal voice so you can get the details of the message. So she said, "How could you just leave? Selu thinks that you would not abandon us without just cause, but I know better. We were in Neverwinter, but..." And obviously she didn't know there was a word count and it cut off.
They were in Neverwinter, but she did not say where they are going.
Do I have a map of the world? Because surely I would have one from traveling.
I'd say, yeah. I'm gonna say you guys just have, for purposes of this, the kind of the biggest fifth edition map there is. Actually, I'll let you guys choose. So there's two main maps. Both are on our drive that we use. They're the continent maps. One is slightly outdated from about 100 years ago or so. No, probably maybe a bit younger than that, maybe about 50 years ago. So it's outdated, but it's got a much bigger view. So it's all of Faerun, all of the continent, and like little bits of the other ones. Or you can have the up-to-date one, which is, like I say, up-to-date, but it's kind of a little bit of a smaller view.
Just a Sword Coast, isn't it? Or most of Sword Coast.
It's a little bit more. It's got like Cormier, the Dale. It pretty much reaches to the inland sea,
The Sea of
and
Fallen
it doesn't
Stars.
reach down past Ammon.
It reaches to Westgate, basically. That's the one I've been looking at.
Yeah. I'll pull out the map and just kind of...
Which one do you want?
Just use the
Faerun probably is the one.
newer one.
I'd say.
Newer one.
More
Okay.
up-to-date one.
Yep.
I'll pull out the map for him and basically tell him that. So, you said they were in Netherwinter. Being that you're tropical, I'm assuming you don't fare too well with the cold.
It doesn't matter. It's not my comfortable place, but if I have to go, I have to go. But we do not know where they are, we don't know where they'll go, we just know where they were, and that could have been...
Calm down, don't worry. Thinking of this logically, in battle terms, I know it's not a battle, but it's tracking, which could be good at, but we don't know until we find out. Thinking about it logically, they would probably head south towards us. They would probably follow the Sword Coast, because it's the biggest road. Why they'd have no reason to head north. They would probably head
the only
south.
thing north is Icewind Dale, and you would have all heard of Icewind Dale. It is like the arse end of the earth. It's Antarctica. Yeah. There's just death there.
So really, they'll be heading to us. So as long as we stay along the Sword Coast, we'll probably find them. You gotta remember, they're 500 miles away. That's a lot of traveling to do.
Alice, 1 minute.
No,
you do realize.
Character.
Okay, alright. I'll go in character. Let me pull up. How do I?
You just pointed Westgate a bunch.
No, because I said Subar in the message, so the place they'll probably go is Subar. But where's? Sorry, just as a on the favored map.
Go down to Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, I'm at Baldur's Gate. I just don't know exactly where it is.
The tradeway. Just it's on that basically. Do you see where Baldur's Gate Bridge is? That's where we're going now. It's where the
I can see that. It's just above.
It's where the
It's
red
where,
dot ends, pretty much.
That map only shows like major roads and major trade centers, so it looks like there's not roads in between these places, but it's just because it doesn't show smaller roads.
I'm gonna point at the map and I'm gonna go. I would point at like the Baldur's Gate Bridge, and then I'm gonna point at Subar because it's where I said, and then point at Baldur's Gate. You know, kind of like the closest way to the ocean. They could be traveling to Subar from anywhere within this width of the world, probably further out if the path leads them so. It's not like there's just one singular path.
Samurott, make an intelligence check.
You gotta think of it this way. Foreign world
80.
Completely foreign to them.
Yeah.
If you were in a foreign world, you wouldn't go take off-alley roads, like small little back streets. You'd take main roads where you'd know you'd be safer.
The only thing I'll give you, because you got an 18, she said, we were in Neverwinter, but you just kind of linger on that but. Like, but what? Like, what happened? Why are they no longer in Neverwinter? Where are they now? That but throws you off, because that but could mean anything. It probably means they're near Neverwinter, but it could mean anything. And it might not mean they're in a position to head straight to you. They might be preoccupied now.
I'm gonna stand up and go back to the back of the car, hang off it a little bit again. Oh my god! Really, as I'm walking away, I'm gonna go. It doesn't matter right now. I can't keep this and go with a sad emotion. I can't do the voice and be sad. It doesn't matter right now. We're busy. And I'm just gonna go at the back and hang off the edge.
Jade just kind of swivels a helmet uncomfortably around at everyone.
I'll just say one final thing to him, which is, think of it this way. We'll do this, we'll head back to Baldur's Gate, we'll do the Candlekeep thing, who knows? You might even find someone who can give you a send-in scroll, or something that can help you get one more message through to them. Then,
to be honest, like, I'll say, in general terms, you guys feel like, to translate it into game terms, you guys are right on that cusp of the level up. Like, you guys are close to a level up. You got, like, in game terms, you guys feel you're getting stronger, you're getting used to life on the road, you're getting used to dealing with, any enemies you might have faced before are mostly human. Now you guys have dealt with monsters and cultists, and you guys are diversifying your portfolio. But in game terms, you guys are probably 1 or 2 sessions away from a level up, which I think you'd then be able to cast Sending.
So
That was, to be honest, that was Jackson's plan in saying leave it for the minute, but obviously Samara couldn't say that.
Yeah, but as a wizard, I feel like you probably feel like you're on the cusp of being able to. That spell's just out of your reach, but not far.
Yeah, especially with Wade and stuff, I've been doing a lot more.
Yeah.
Right,
Would any of you guys,
yeah.
would you guys like to accomplish anything else on this ride or talk about anything else? You've got about. This is probably a bit past midday, probably about 1 p.m. You've probably got like 6 or 7 hours to Boroskia Bridge, and you're going to be riding a bit into past sunset.
I would like to study my book on wyverns still,
Cool.
just to make sure I've got every last bit of information in there, and I know it for when I fight the fuckers.
Nice. Jackson, have you got anything else you'd like to do?
I'm just quickly looking at what books I have, because I wrote them down, I just need to...
I think you bought a book about Westgate, if I remember right. But while you're looking at that, Jess, have you got anything you'd like to do for this last 7 hours, or are you just going to keep doing what you've been doing?
Write a song.
You could choose to.
I want us to have a song.
You could choose to you could choose to start looking back on your adventure so far and start kind of putting thoughts together to create a song based on what you've done so far.
I mean, to be fair, I do need to still hand in a composition if I ever go back to Waterdeep, so...
Yeah, so
I should start working on that.
Yeah, I won't make you roll for it. We'll just say, you're the one mainly talking, and Samara and Eartha are like, you're basically what the recaps are. You're recapping everything that's happened, and they're pitching in like, no, well, this happened. And then when Samara's been in a place you weren't, he's telling you what happened from his side of the story. You're getting the full story, you're learning what happened, and then you're maybe like finding rhymes, like what rhymes with door, what rhymes with door, what rhymes with Iron Golem nearly killed him, what rhyme, and like you're piecing that stuff together. So very nice, very, very nice. So you guys are kind of reminiscing about the last 15 days you've spent together in and around Baldur's Gate. So yeah, as night starts to draw in and you're still riding on, this light rainfall kind of starts coming in, and it just gets heavier. You get the feeling that you're in for the long haul with this rain. It's not going to fade soon. So you kind of like, the horses don't enjoy it that much, and the road becomes muddy, rather. Could you all make a perception check?
Oh, I rolled low.
Good.
21.
God.
Wow.
The best thing is I rolled a 2. And still got 20.
Got a
I can't give
6.
up now.
6?
Yeah.
I want you to know, I rolled 4 times because I used free inspiration.
Wow.
My highest roll was a 10 still, so that's 15.
You're gonna really regret burning inspiration on this, because it's really not important. Eartha, you're kind of like, you've been looking at this Wyvern book all day, really getting into it, really getting into the meat of it, and then the rain starts, and you're like, oh, okay, and you kind of start packing it up because you don't want the book to get ruined. And now, then an hour or so later, the sun's set, so you wouldn't have been able to read anyway. The rain is kind of like, you've all put some extra hides and wools on to kind of keep the cold out a bit. And Eartha, just as you're looking back where you've been coming from, you see what looks to be you think it's a star at first, but it's just so much bigger than all the other stars, and it's really low to the ground. There's just this white dot on the horizon, burning bright, almost like a sun, a second sun, just hanging in the night sky. If you can make a history check and I'll say with advantage.
Good thing it was with advantage. History, that's a 14.
You know, this is the companion. So, Elturel, this other major city along the River Chiantha, about like a while ago, you're not really exactly sure when, but it used to kind of be ruled by like vampires and undead, and out of nowhere, this like second sun appeared above it, called the Companion, and it kind of destroyed all the undead within the city. Humans took it back, the humanoid races took it back, and now they hospital it. It's a very like holy city now because it's got like this second sun, and a lot of like the culture around there is based around that. Like the Companions are like you would know, you're in the lands of Elturel, you're in Elturgard right now, so like the Companions are like a military order that are based on the Companion. They talk about the Creed Resolute, which is like the code of the Companion. You just see that now for the first time on the horizon, way south, probably like 50 miles, maybe more. Probably more, to be honest, maybe between 50 and 100 miles south, just this like sun like burning in the sky. It doesn't light anything up. You can see it kind of illuminates the city beneath it. It's not like making daylight. It's just like a white, powerful light. And it's just kind of beautiful as you look back on it. And you spot it for the first time. Samara, I'll say, he pointed out to you and you can make it out. But Anya, you can just not make this thing out. You're like, what are you talking about? I cannot see this for the life of me. But yeah, as you guys keep riding on past sunset, at about and this rain, it hasn't actually rained since the night you all first met in the Elf Song Tavern, and it's like heavy rain like that night as well, when you are stuck in the Elf Song in the rain assailing the city and you got jumped by some cultists. It hasn't rained since then. It's just been kind of dour, and it just kind of, your mind wanders back to that night. But as you arrive at Boruskia Bridge, basically what you find is there is this. So, for many years, a ruined keep on the southern bank, dubbed Bridge Fort, served as the campground for caravans passing over the bridge. Whether going north or south, caravan masters could anticipate a safe rest within the grassy space enclosed by the ruined walls, sharing the duties of keeping watch with other travellers. Then, in the midst of a crisis of leadership in distant Elturel, one of the heirs apparent for the post of High Observer, a paladin named Tamal Thent, went missing with her entire retinue near the bridge. Although an investigation was undertaken, no sign of Tamal or any of the others was discovered. Davis Krieg, Tamal's rival for the post, was elevated to the post of High Observer soon after, and one of his first declarations was that Bridge Fort be rebuilt and given a new name in honour of lost Tamal. Today, things are fairly quiet at the bridge. The tradition of caravans camping at the bridge and pilgrims visiting it continues, but now people stay in a caravan ground around a small village that has grown up outside the fort. So you see this mighty fort. You know, it's not like huge. It's like a pretty decent fort, fairly recently refurbished. There's a very small town around outside the walls. Not like a town. It's just kind of like, pretty much it's mostly made of families of people serving at the fort who don't want to be away from like the father or the mother of their family, and so they've moved there and they've had like a house built outside the walls. So it's a very small village, more like a bordering between hamlet and village. And then around this village is like just tents. Lots of tents, like a campground encircles the area. Not so much because it's during the winter, so thoroughfare isn't great at the minute, but there are like a fair amount of tents here at the bridge, and you can see the bridge that crosses the winding water. So just to tell you a bit about that, Boruskia Bridge is the only consistently safe crossing over the winding water for more than 100 miles in either direction. This alone makes it remarkable. But there, in the midst of a wilderness with nothing to set it apart for greatness, a mortal man murdered Baal, god of murder. Even a century after Baal's blood was shed there, the river's waters run black and foul for miles west of the bridge. A statue of each god stands atop his own decorated archway that serves as entrance to the bridge. The two gods facing each other, although it is said that Cyric stabbed Baal in the back. The enormous black granite bridge is wide enough that 2 wagons can pass one another going opposite directions, and its waist-high ramparts are thicker than some castle walls. So, even though you can't make it out, Samurai, I think you're the only one with dark vision, this bridge is still, I mean, it almost blends into the night sky. The only way you can actually see it is because of, like, the absence of stars where this black granite bridge is. That's how you make out the shape, because it's like a dead space in the night sky. But it's especially either end. So the side closest to you, you're looking at like the backside of Baal, this incredible statue, huge on this side of the bridge, and kind of the entrance to the bridge is between his like calves, and you'd think it's almost terrifying at night. You'd think it would be like awe-inspiring or impressive during the day, but seeing it at night, it's kind of haunting, and especially with this rain and the night sky and like the low light, it's a lot. And you can only Samurai, you can only kind of make out on the other end the statue of Cyric facing this direction, but even it's just so dark. Like the bridge itself is actually probably like I can't even, like, hundreds of feet. Like it's like from your side in the Fields of the Dead to the other side of the river, like it's hundreds of feet. It's hundreds of feet long, probably about, give or take, 60 feet wide. So like it's probably about 30 feet wide if 2 wagons can go past in either direction. So it's a very impressive bridge, and especially with these 2 ornate statues. And then as well as that, you've got the fort just a ways off, right by the bridge, kind of in like an islet in the water, not like in the middle of the river, but it's like the river water kind of forms a moat almost, and like a tributary. And then there's this very small village, and then the campgrounds. You don't really see anyone out and about because of the rain. So like you can see there's people in these tents. You can see light within the tents, but like no one's out at the minute because the rain's kind of come out of nowhere and it's raining really heavy. Again, it's probably about 8 o'clock right now. And yeah, no one's really walking around, except you maybe do catch men and women in like armored men and women with spears, swords, shields, usually in groups of like 2 or 3, and they all are wearing this symbol. It's kind of like a circle, but with a smaller circle surrounded in blaze. And you recognize that that's the symbol of Elturel. That's the symbol of the companions, like these 2 sons, the main son and then their son. That kind of sigil. You kind of see a few of them, and they they're not like policing or anything. They're just patrolling, making sure no monsters are prowling around or anything. And yeah, you kind of get the sense, if you wanted to set up tents, you can kind of just do that wherever in the campgrounds. You don't need to speak to anyone. This is just a pilgrim road. What would you like to do?
What time is it?
About 8.
So I've got 4 hours, give or take.
Yeah.
I am going to cast Find Familiar as a ritual spell.
Cool.
Whilst he's doing that,
But I need a minute. I need a minute to figure out what I'm doing, like which one I'm grabbing.
Well, whilst he's doing that, I'll set up his tent, my tent, and if Anya wants me to set up her tent, I'll do her tent as well, because I'm such a nice person. And
Yeah,
I feel
cool.
bad for
So-
dragging them all the way here.
So Samurai kind of Jade hops off the back of the cart, and Samurai sets up the back of the cart, casting the ritual Find Familiar spell, kind of taking up all that space. And then Eartha, you jump off. So Anya's kind of still playing with rhymes, like what rhymes with elf song tavern, and she's like still trying to find. Like, she's still trying to make that narrative very much. And you start setting up the tents, sticking the pegs in the ground, getting out the leathers and the hides. And yeah, it doesn't take long. You don't have complex tents. You don't have particularly good tents. You just have makeshift tents and bedrolls. So it probably takes about less than an hour to set all 3 of them up. They're not
going on.
greatly... Yeah, sorry?
No, it's something that's completely irrelevant.
Oh, they're not super waterproof, but they're waterproof enough.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna grab an owl.
Owl, cool. Yeah.
And I want to make it. I can change its color, can't I?
Yes.
I want it to be the most bog standard owl there ever is.
Cool. You know what's actually weird about this? When I got the mini for your frog, it came in a multi-pack with a cat and an owl. So We have an owl mini. It's unpainted, but we have an owl mini.
That's fine.
So yes, at the center, Abba kind of turns into an owl and is like, whoop, head spirals.
Yeah, I'm gonna send Abba to go just like airstrike, just strafing the bridge. It's got 120 feet dark vision, has advantage on wisdom perception checks involving hearing or sight.
Are you looking through it? Or are you just sending?
Yeah,
Abba
I'm gonna
on
look.
patrol?
If I look through it, does it still get them advantages? I
From-
presume so.
Yeah. You use the owl
Yeah.
stats, except like
Yeah.
mentally.
Yeah.
I think
So,
no, that's only when you're polymorph. Sorry.
So I'll look through. So wait, 1 minute. If it's just you mentioned polymorph and I'm confused. If I look through the owl, do
You
I
just
still
use
get the owl
stats.
advantage? Yeah, correct. So I'll look through the owl as it's just strafing back and and just like going around it and like just reconning the area, just trying to find everything it can.
Yeah. Make your perception check.
Is it advantage relying on hearing or sight?
Sight. Yeah.
That's a natural 20. So I'll just not
You're
roll
gonna
the
like
next one.
answer.
Yeah, I know.
No one's out on the bridge. The weather seems to have. I mean, first of all, it's winter, so you can imagine in the summer, this place is probably like Coachella, like the caravans and pilgrims passing through the area, if not necessarily just to go here, but on their way to that place south that has its own sun on water deep in the north. Like, this place gets packed with caravans. Winter has already diminished that, and the caravans that are here, they're all kind of tuckered inside their tents, and inside the residents are inside the houses. Most of the guards are inside the fort because the rains come on strong and the sun's set. So there's just a few people out patrolling. No one's on the bridge. There's no patrol on the actual bridge. Abba doesn't see anyone on the bridge, but she does get. He gets a good look at the Cyric statue. The statue of Cyric. Cyric's represented as a very like sharp-featured, scrawny man. With like dark black hair, almost slicked back, very like a long, sharp nose, just very sharp features. You can kind of how you'd imagine him being shrewd and like cruel. And Baal, the god of murder, who's facing Cyric on the opposite end. Cyric's over here on the opposite end to you. Baal's here. You know, you travel in between their legs. Baal's kind of this big brute of a figure. Like I said, Baal is back. He was brought back through magical mumbo jumbo. But yeah, you can see this like big dominating figure. And I'll say Abba can even glance that the flow of the water west of the bridge, he can make out like this black ichor in the water under the western half that like just goes from the bridge west onwards.
I'm gonna just leave him on the bridge, but I'll stop looking through. I'll just like make him like
perched on a statue, or like flying?
Just perched on a statue, just looking around still.
Yeah, sure. So he lands. We'll say the Cyric statue because the letter mentioned the statue of Cyric specifically. So he kind of perches on one of Cyric's shoulders and is just looking, like scanning the area, and then you poof back.
Then I'm gonna ritually cast Unseen Servant and make that put up my tent.
Cool.
That was me, buddy. I put up
Yeah.
tent.
Oh, I thought you just put up yours and Jess's tent.
No, I felt bad for dragging both of you the whole way here. So I was like, you know what? I'll do a good deed. I'll put both your tents up.
That's
So
fine.
your tent. By
I'll
the
still-
time you finish.
I'll ritually cast it anyways. I'll have an Unseen Servant.
Cool. Yeah, cool. So yeah, what would you guys like to do? Would you guys like to do? You've got 4 hours before you are supposed to be sold into whatever by some drow. So you don't know if this Damon is gonna show up early. You don't know what the deal is, but yeah.
I want to help Jess with her rhymes. Bearing in mind, Eartha is incredibly bad with music. He likes it, but he's bad at it. So I want to
Cool.
give her ideas, but ideas that she'll never use because they're that bad.
Yeah. So
Technically-
you guys just kind of go through. You keep going through what's like. You can't. You get stuck on like a verse, and you're like, and then Eartha, maybe you get like weirdly into it. Like you're like you get super into it. You're like, this is kind of fun. Like and you start kind of enjoying it. And yeah, Samurai, what would you like to do?
Unseen Servant technically has Like, it has an AC and hit points. So it should technically be, like, a physical thing, just like an invisible physical thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna just stand on its shoulders. And obviously no one can see him, so they'll just think I'm standing on air like a god.
You have wings, so it's not that
Yeah,
impressive.
but they're not flapping. So, like...
I mean, they probably would have to be, or else this guy's going to be making a lot of strength checks.
Nice try.
Yeah.
You could You could make him lie down and stand on his back, and it looks like you're hovering about a foot off the ground.
I would do that instead, as long as that...
You're like,
yeah,
get down, and you're like, put him on the floor, and you just stand on his back, and you're like, look at that. Yeah. So...
Do you know when people put their hands through, like, when you see someone, like, doing magic tricks and, like, look, no strings. I want to try to do that under him.
You just hit, you're like, oh.
Eartha's gonna look very disappointed and very upset at the same time.
I can't believe you'd lied to me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get in my tent, and I'll send my servant in my tent with me.
Oh. Cool. So, would you guys like to do anything before we just like, or are you guys just like, hanging around like you said before, making up rhymes and stuff until?
I'll make the servant make us food.
Okay, cool.
You don't want to be hungry when you go into a fight, do you?
So yeah, the servant wanders out into the woods, grabs some gunk from your pack, and throws whatever it can together. Some mushrooms, some like sea mushrooms, something like that. Yeah. So you guys have got a full stomach at least. But yeah, would you guys like to do anything else, or do you want to cut for? Do you want to say it's around midnight, like 11:45 or something?
I've got nothing else.
I'll just be looking through the eagle's eyes the entire time, and then I'm ready to skip.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So, yeah, you guys hang around, working on songs, eating food, chilling, not really sure what you're meant to be looking for. Hopefully just a guy. Hopefully it'll be pretty self-explanatory. Who's got a little name badge on that says, "Hi, my name is Damon." And yeah, so you guys just kind of kill some time. If you start getting into writing music, you're like, oh, maybe I'll pick up an instrument. Yeah, you start vibing, you're having fun. Yeah, so as we'll say it's 11:45. What would you guys like to do?
I'm just gonna keep looking through the owl's eyes and make the owl just like scan the bridge. But I'm gonna let Ufa know that I'm doing that, so that obviously he has to watch my tent to make sure I don't get.
Whilst he's doing that, I'm gonna get up, stretch, pick up my spear.
Cool. Samura, make a perception check for Abba.
Is it hearing or sight?
Sight. That's all the ways you can perceive, so yeah.
I'm pretty good.
Smell.
It's true.
The owl's perception is +3. Cool. That is 18.
18. As you kind of like, you finish a conversation you're having with Anya and Eartha, you sit back in your tent and you kind of like go back into like a meditative pose, and you kind of close your eyes and you open your eyes, and now you're in Abba's body. You are an owl, and you kind of like scan the area. You see two figures on the bridge. One is standing and the other is not. You see one figure just lying spread out in a pool of blood, like the rain mixing with the blood. And you see one, like, you think it's male. They have long hair, their hands are behind their back, very like aristocrat style, and they're just looking off the edge of the bridge. They're looking eastward, and the body's about 5 feet behind them.
Right. I am going. Ellis. I'll go out. I'll go back to Samara. I'll walk out to Ufa and go. Do you still have that suit or that spare clothes you got from the old job?
I do.
Right. I'm gonna grab it off him. I'll grab it off him. Go in my tent. Quickly get changed. Come out. I'm gonna disguise self to look like the leader of the drow.
Okay, so you're a drow woman in a tweed suit.
Does my clothes not change as well?
I think you can, but then I don't know why you needed the suit.
because if you rip the imaginary clothes, it'll rip my actual clothes, and I didn't want my actual
see.
clothes to get ripped.
I believe are you using disguise self?
Yes.
I believe that you can alter your clothes with that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna alter disguise self. I'm also gonna put like some bruises, make it look like I'm like weak, very weak, like absolute crap beaten into me.
Buddy, I don't know if this is gonna be a good idea, because if he finds out that you didn't do it, those bruises will probably become real bruises, real fast.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna turn to them
This
and
guy
go.
clearly gives
Well-
no shit. There's a body behind him.
Yeah. I'm gonna give the. Well, we don't really have a better plan, and if you guys aren't too far behind me, at least we'll get some sort of dialogue, and if not, then we're gonna have to fight. You're not gonna find out anything by looking at him.
It's a bit too risky.
Balls in your court.
Hang on,
Anyone got any
hang on,
better ideas?
Hang on. Well, I will say, well, at least, at least take this with you. I'm going to give him Shield of Faith, or at least I'm going to cast a Shield of Faith on him.
How long does that last?
Up to 10 minutes.
Okay, I
Wait
gotta
till you're
move.
on the bridge.
I gotta move a bit fast.
Well, no, I can I can cast it from behind him.
Yeah,
It's
so-
got a
Yeah, but I'm
range of
well,
60 feet.
You're in your little camp. Samurai casts disguise self, and he becomes this attractive but mean-looking, otherwise known as the best kind of attractive, drow woman. This tall, dark-skinned woman with pointy ears, like a bleach white ponytail. Now, like you said, some bruises, some scarring on the face, and on like the neck, on the visible parts. And you put on the suit, which also disguises into her armor, this kind of black and red drow armor. And you kind of like you try out the voice, and you can get a voice, kind of this mean pitch with this spell.
Also, first of all, what is Shield of Faith do, Ellis? Does it increase my AC or something like that? I'm
Yes, it
presuming.
increases your AC by 2.
Right, I'll just.
Hang on,
wait.
let me check and make sure there isn't like a holy aura around you or something. 'Cause I feel
Yeah, that would be
might-
an issue.
Like a big red arrow
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
ready
like
to fight.
magic.
Well, a shimmering
Um,
field appears and surrounds the creature of your choice within range. Can I
Okay,
hold
so
my
that's-
action till I see them like go
You
to
can hold your
attack?
action. Yeah, you can hold your action for aggression and outside of combat quickly give
Because
them some.
it is a bonus action.
I'll allow that.
Um,
that. Sure. Yeah,
okay.
if it's even a bonus action, sure, I'll allow that.
Yeah, and I'm gonna also turn to them and go, I can, and I'm gonna like put my hands out and realize that I can't see my gloves because I'm using disguise self. And we'll go, sorry, the gloves. I can dispel magic. I mean, he doesn't look like the most. He didn't look like physically strong, did he? Wait, like
he looked
he's
tall. He looked broad-shouldered, but he didn't look like buff. He
Yeah.
kind of looked.
he's not like a
um,
bodybuilder.
There's something about it. You just kind of feel like. You just feel weird. Yeah, I don't know. You looked at him. You're like, that's weird. It wasn't who you were expecting to see. I don't know how to explain it. You just have this weird feel. You couldn't really make much out because of the dark, because of the rain, because of the distance. Like you're an owl, so if you got too close, you think something. He was going to suspect something was up.
Yeah.
But you saw the body in a pool of blood, and you saw this guy who just looks. You just kind of got this feeling in your head, like that's weird. And now you look like Nadira.
I've got dispel magic too, so I can throw that down if he starts doing anything too weird.
Does that dispel your own magic?
Well, yes, but all I've got to do is get out of the zone. It gives me a couple seconds to start flying away.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that's anti-magic field. I'm pretty sure dispel magic just removes magic from something.
Oh yeah, choose one creature. Any spell. Yeah, and then any spell 3rd level or lower ends after I use dispel magic.
Yeah, so any like lasting spell can be ended.
Yeah. Yeah. But hey, it's something.
Alright.
Not nothing. Yeah.
Right, I guess we'll go do this. I'm gonna start going there.
And are you leading them like prisoners?
No. Like I'm going on my own with them, like hiding, so that if they need to, they can jump in. Because like the idea is like I'm bruised and battered. I'm the only one left. Like I failed.
are you putting on like are you going to be like limping, like holding the side of the bridge, like?
No, because it's been like what? It's been like 10 days, hasn't it? So
It's
like,
been a fair while, yeah.
yeah. So I'm gonna be like, like faint bruises, like bit of tears and tatters. Like I haven't stopped moving, but like at the same time, like I'm not an idiot. Like after 10 days, bruises heal. Like I haven't got any broken bones or anything. So moving like normally, but maybe like a little painfully at the same time, but nothing major.
Cool. Then, yeah. So where are Anya, Eartha? Where are you guys going? So like, for frame of reference, the statue of Cyric is on the other side of the bridge. So if you stay where you are, you're going to be about 500 feet, if not more, away from Samura.
I kind of want to like hug the edge of the bridge so that I kind of blend in with the dark, because my armor's quite dark, I'm assuming, apart from like the red symbol.
But do you want to be like following from a distance on the bridge? Because like the statue of Cyric is on the opposite side of the river. The bridge is hundreds of feet long.
Yeah, as long as I can still see Samura, I should be alright.
Okay, so you'll be making stealth checks to not get spotted.
Yeah.
If it's alright, I'll turn. I didn't know this bridge was hundreds of feet long. Maybe
I said it before. This thing is gargantuan. It's a massive bridge.
Maybe we should do the rope trick.
The rope trick?
Tying you up and being like, "Hey, I succeeded," but I don't think that makes sense for one person. You know, Ellis, do your stealth checks. We're gonna try this. I'm gonna go out on my own and we're gonna see what happens.
So Samura, in the form of Nadira, this kind of mean drow that tried to enslave all of you, starts walking straight down the center of Boroskia Bridge towards the statue of Cyric, underneath Baal's legs, and towards Cyric. Anya, Eartha, what are you doing? Are you following at a distance? If so, what distance? Are you staying at the other side of the bridge? What's happening here?
Okay, I want to stay at a distance where I could still see Samura, but slightly in front of him, but hugging the wall at a level where I'm below the wall, so I kind of blend in.
So the thing is, you're both humans, and it's pitch black at night, so you have a viewing distance of maybe 15 feet.
I'm hoping the other guy's going to have about the same.
Yeah, you have no idea. Couldn't make out race.
I don't...
Is there, if I'm walking with my hands behind my back, when I'm 120 feet away from the guy, I want to like move my hand just behind my back. Obviously, my arms stay perfectly still, so you can't see, and it'll just like my hand will go like that to like tell them to stop moving.
They
and then they'll see. Well, even if they're like, because I presume if they walk like at the sides of the bridge, but like with me, and then at 120 feet, I can put my hands and be like,
it's pitch black midnight.
What we could do is just walk up to him, and I could just cast Hold Person and see if we can hold him for up to a minute.
Actually, no, I can do message twice to both of you with my hands behind my back. That would work. Yeah. Okay, right. I can see them. So I'm gonna be walking along the bridge like this, and by the time I think they're about 120 feet away from the guy, for each of them, I'll just like, point with my hands behind my back, message, stop, and just like so then they're about 120 feet away.
I won't be able to cast.
I know.
Faith on you then.
I know.
I'm not sure with message you have to be pointing directly at
the target, yes.
Yeah, so I'm not. There's going to be a decent chance you're not going to be able to land that message if you're not looking at where you're pointing.
Well, I can look around the bridge like that where I'm going.
60 feet, right?
Yeah, but they'll be walking like how wide is this bridge? You said it's only 2 carts wide, so if they're walking with me, just at the very left and the very...
Yeah, but you said when they get 120 feet away.
Away from the guy, but walking with me as I approach him.
You can certainly try.
I can look, it's I'll be walking along the bridge, looking left and right, checking for people, making sure. As if she would, to make sure that she's not getting trapped. And then when I think I'm about that range, just pointing my fingers towards them behind my back.
We can try it, if that's what you want to do.
I've got no better.
And that's what's annoying.
Yeah. All right, we'll do it.
We have
That's it.
Nothing better.
So-
we can
Risk
do.
our lives.
So, so just so I'm sure, you guys. So I'll just say it, and then you can correct me if I'm wrong. So Samara, you're going to be walking down the center of the bridge in the form of Nadira. Then 60 feet behind you, on either side of the bridge, Anya and Eartha. Correct. And then when you get 120 feet away, you want to message them to wait. Was that it?
When they are 120 feet away from the guy, I want to message them to wait.
Okay. Well, and I'm not saying either way. I told you guys before this, like, this could end in combat, this could not. It's really all in your hands. 120 feet away, that would take 2 turns of them doing full movement to get even to you. So
I know.
You have no idea. Okay, that's fine. I just want to make sure you're aware.
I got plans.
Okay. And are you guys on board with that?
I'm gonna be all about strategy.
We have much of a choice
I
because
can't think of another one.
It's Alice. I think they've got quite a good plan, to be honest, compared to what it could be.
Can any of you walk on water and climb up the bridge?
Technically, I can, but it's not. I can fly. That's kind of the same.
So are you guys doing that? Are you guys following at 60 feet?
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Samara,
we did.
form of Nadira, you kind of get used to your skin, kind of feel for your ponytail, kind of make sure you're aware of everything, kind of get used to how the illusion acts, and you're like, okay. And you start walking down the bridge. Again, hundreds of feet long. This bridge is huge. It's kind of horrifying at night because, again, the only way you can even see what's bridge is just by the absence of stars above you. Like the statue of Cyric that you're approaching is just like this human-shaped absence of the night sky, and it's kind of terrifying. And as you get closer, you see what you saw in Abba's form. You see a humanoid body lying in a pool of blood, and then looking over the actually kind of almost different now. They're kind of turned, so their head's kind of looking towards the statue of Cyric. So all you can see is the same as you saw before, just like this long black hair, but this broad-shouldered male figure in like a long trench coat.
Yeah,
So we'll say now you're at 120 feet. When they get to where you feel is the 120 feet, you stop. So Anya and Eartha, if you choose to follow his message, you guys stand still 120 feet south along the bridge, and Nadira keeps going until she approaches this figure. So Samara will fast forward a bit. We'll say you're about 20 feet away from this figure.
Can I stay 30 feet away?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. At 30 feet, I can still talk at a normal level, can't I?
Not in a storm. You'd have to be shouting.
Okay. How close do I have to be to talk at a normal level?
Like talk? Like,
Well, like,
not
however-
shouting?
Yeah, trying not be screaming. Maybe like talk a little loud, but like not full on shouting.
Like 10 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna go within 20 feet then and see what he does.
You get to 20 feet away and still just looking off to that statue of Cyric.
Okay. I'll shout out then. I'll try and make him hear me.
You can just speak
this
in
is
your normal voice, Vanadira, because we'll assume as part of the spell, and as an Aarakocra, you can mimic her voice to a fair enough degree.
Yeah, I'm trying to. The words matter right now, and I need to figure them out. I'll start it quite apologetically. Yeah, but I'll say, I'm sorry. I couldn't. We couldn't. I lost everyone.
Make a deception check.
Woohoo! That is very good. Where is my 24?
24.
Yes.
This figure turns to you, and Samura, your heart drops. You see a man, mustache, goatee, long dark hair, gaunt features, tall, broad shoulders, looking back at you, and you recognize this man. You've known him for the last 4 years. He raised you. And he's just looking at you, and he kind of studies you for a minute and says, "You were supposed to contact me when you had them."
I'm sorry, but I just walk down. I have to hire a whole new crew to then come back up and then re-find them, and it's going to take up a little bit. So, you said we would meet here when we found them, and I thought, well, I would let you know, because obviously I didn't want to just leave you with no information.
These eyes... Ooh, my voice cracked. These eyes narrow at you. There's almost like a yellow glint to them. And he just says, "What's my name?"
The third keysman of Cyric, he didn't give me a name.
"I have no idea who you are." And he looks down at the body. "But I'm sure he did." And you see he kind of like cricks his back, and you can see some magical energy kind of forming around his hands.
Can I dispel Magicka, even though it's not a long-lasting effect?
He's not casting anything.
Okay, right.
He's kind of... There's some blue kind of crackles of lightning forming around his fingers.
Right, okay.
He's kind of just like spinning a gun around.
I'm gonna like put my hands like that, like, sure, like I don't want to fight him, like kind of body language, and go, are you not the man who sent me this letter, hired me?
Make a deception check with disadvantage.
Jackson, I just want to tell you, buddy, if you read the letter, it has his name in it.
It's Damon.
I didn't want to pause the session to go find the letter. Well, I don't need to roll the second one because I can't physically roll any lower than a 1.
This lightning begins to kind of crackle around like both of his hands as he's just kind of playing with it. And he looks down at the body on the floor, and he kind of just grimaces at it, and he says, "Better start explaining."
Right. I'm gonna keep the disguise self up for a minute. Not literally, but just I'm gonna keep it up for the moment. And I'm gonna go back to my voice, Samura's voice. What would I usually refer to him as?
Probably by name. Probably like a military sergeant.
Okay. I have a Rundex. Just give me a moment. I'm gonna turn my back to him, hands up still. Guys, come out! And I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna scream it to see if they can hear me. And when I scream it, I'm gonna cast dancing lights and put a light on me, and put a light 30 feet behind me, 30 feet behind me, and 30 feet behind me.
So yeah, these 3 lights light up the gap of the bridge between you two, and you guys can now see Samura and this seemingly human male who he's conversing with, and he's shouting for you.
I will walk over. I think.
Right, I guess I'll turn back round.
Well, are you guys keeping a distance still, or are you guys just joining them?
I'll stand next to Samura.
Okay.
As he's walking up to me, so I'll get this done probably before he manages to get to me.
Yeah, they're a while away.
Yeah, but like straight immediately after saying that, I'm going to turn around again and I'm going to drop the disguise self.
It fades,
lower
and
my-
you're now Samurai again.
Lower my hand.
Make an insight check.
I have a funny feeling he's not happy with me. I'm doing bad today, guys. Where's it? It's like... Oh no, it's 6.
And you wasted all your inspiration, buddy.
I mean, I have some left. And I probably should be
Was
using
it
it.
6?
But
Sorry, did you say?
yeah, 6. Yeah, 6.
He's always been hard to read. He's always been an aloof figure, very stern. But yeah, you can't get a read on him. Especially in the conditions don't help. It's dark. It's raining. For all you know, he could have a face like an arse because of the weather. He's just looking at you, kind of studying you.
So,
And Eartha and
Yeah.
Anya, you guys eventually approach from behind.
I'll go. I guess there isn't a need anymore to go all the way to Westgate.
Buddy, we're nowhere near the West.
Yeah, I know, but there's a reason why we were originally going there.
I'm fully aware, but I don't know who this is in front of us, remember? To me, you look
Oh, yeah.
completely different.
Eartha, as you're speaking, Eartha, he kind of raises your hand and he just shushes all of you and he says, "Why Westgate?"
Do you? I'm gonna. Oh. Do you know your name?
What?
What
moves
is your
closer.
name? I'm a step back. I could keep the same 20 feet distance and kind of
He
pull
now-
the other two with
He
me.
now looks at all three of you and you see the lightning like really begin to crackle. And like as you move back, he does not like he kind of grimaces at you and he's like,
Can I dispel magic it?
he's not casting a spell. That's
Okay.
You're talking about counter spell. You can't dispel a spell.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll try and keep 20 feet away.
He just takes
Why?
like a step forward. So if you take like a step back, he's very confused.
Yeah. I'm just gonna try and be persistent. What is your name?
I asked you first.
Eartha,
You should know my name.
No,
Now, what is yours?
he asked you to tell him his name first.
Okay. I told you the first one. Now, what is the last?
No, before he said, "What's my name?"
Yeah, and I said Avirondax, but I didn't say his second name.
Oh, right. Oh, I
I'm
see.
trying to drag out of him.
Make an insight check.
This is not who I think it is. That's 11.
11.
Yeah, 11.
A few moments pass. Storm Scourge.
And do you have any children?
Kind of scoffs. And he looks at you. No.
Any non-biological children?
Mm-hmm.
Do I think that means no, or do I think that means yes?
You think it means sure.
Right. If you are who you claim to be, then something has happened to you. But I do not believe you are who you are meant to be. And I'm gonna start, like, walking backwards.
He says, "Wait." And he kind of like, he looks at all three of you. Eartha, make a perception check.
oh shit, went straight off my desk. Now let me get my calculator out. I can tell
You
you
could
it's
just
over,
say hi.
it's over 30. It's 37.
Eartha, you kind of like, you're watching this drama and you look down the rain isn't hitting the body. It's just going through it.
Oh, you motherfucker.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, in out of session terms.
Jade isn't with you, is she?
No.
I'm so confused.
Right.
The body's an illusion.
I want to point my spear at him and go.
Which?
So you're Desmond then, right? So what about the illusionary?
I'm guessing
body?
you mean Damon.
That's what I. Why did I say Desmond?
Okay. So you say, so you're Damon.
Yeah, with my spear pointed at him.
Are you approaching, or how far away are you?
I'm starting in front of Samura now.
So you're about 15 feet away. Samura's 20. So you kind of step in front of Samura and you point your spear out to him and you say that. And this just wicked, devious smile stretches from ear to ear. And he just raises like an arm and snaps. And his image fades. This image of Avarandax just flickers and the body at his feet flickers away. It was never there.
Can I?
And
Do I have time to do something or not?
I mean, I imagine you want to know what you see first.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see this red-skinned, 2 stump horns from the head. And at first you think, okay, a tiefling. And then 2 leathery wings stretch from its back. And it just kind of like studies all 3 of you. And it just says, well, it's good to walk away with more information than we had. So, Avarandax Stormscourge is your father.
Yeah. At this point, I'm gonna quickly throw. My lights. We're still like stood, like basically on the first one at me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move the furthest one away and the second furthest one away. Like if this is us, there's one here, one here, one here. I'm gonna grab these 2 and I'm gonna put them on this side to get him in the light and 30 feet behind the devil in the light.
So suddenly, like, on like a work site when all the floodlights come on at night, like this whole area just becomes lit up, and he's standing in the center of all 3 of these, and he's just kind of smiling. He's not acting aggressively per se. He's just kind of being really tricksy. He's like, and he says like, more information than we started with.
Can I also send Abba to go get Jade and send her to the bridge?
Sure. Yeah. So Abba like takes off flying.
Hey, yo, that's not fair, buddy.
Yeah.
You need to, information for information. Come on, that's not fair.
He's just smiling at you, and he just kind of like he really leers at you, Eartha, and he just says like, "I'm going to enjoy killing you the most."
Yeah, I
If I were you, I would too.
Tips are filling with like electricity. I'm not casting any ready
He
to
raises
go.
2 of his hands and he says, "Now this is not fair. 3 against 1. Surely that you can't think that that's fair. You wouldn't fight an unarmed man."
You're not unarmed though.
I'm no mere man either, but you don't hear me complaining.
And I don't imagine it'll be 3 against 1 after a couple of your imps find their way along.
I do not consort with imps of any kind, human or otherwise.
Oh, so he's not a pimp.
20 feet high.
You start flying.
Yeah, 20 feet high.
You start flying up. The conditions are not great, so it's kind of like aggressive to fight against the wind and the rain. And he just kind of looks up at you, and then he looks back down at Eartha and Anya, and he kind of moves his eyes to you, Anya, and he kind of just studies mainly your face, and he like leers at your face, and he's like, "I want your freckles."
Nah, no deal. Fuck off.
You have nothing I desire, foreigner.
That really hurts.
He kind of starts approaching a bit, kind of biting his nail a bit. So how are you doing this?
Is any of him on fire?
On fire? No. Wait, you're in the middle of the rain.
Yeah, I just didn't know if he had like some sort of magical fiery tail or whatever. 'Cause he's
He's
a
not
demon.
a Charizard.
I was gonna,
Yeah,
I was
well,
gonna say,
you know.
Pokemon, my guy.
Honestly, I could imagine it still. It's D&D.
He's just kind of wandering. He kind of oogles up at you, Samura, kind of like an oddity, like just a little funny thing. And he keeps approaching you, Eartha and Anya, not close, about 15 feet. And he's just kind of like inspecting you. And you can tell he's like window shopping. Like that comment about Anya's freckles, he's looking at pieces of you and like assessing their value.
So I have a question for you, buddy.
He's looking, you can like literally make out, he's like looking at like your left shoulder. And he's still like, he still addresses you. He's like, uh-huh.
These keys you're looking for, is there one in Waterdeep? Not Waterdeep, I meant
Baldur's Gate.
I meant Baldur's Gate.
I don't know anything about any keys.
Your letter says otherwise. Keysman.
He kind of like,
Third.
that smile creeps back. And he says, why would she take the letter? Very clever. So that's how you knew how to be here. You took the letter.
Nah, pure coincidence.
You bore me. And he looks up at you, Samura. What about you, bird? Anything funny to say?
Yeah, I got a couple things I want to talk about. Right, yeah, look down. Where my father is?
I have no idea. I simply knew his image, and I chose to use it to lure you here.
Well, I guess that means you've met him once or twice. If I do ask, who won the duel?
No. I had no idea who your father was until you said that name. But, I have other means of watching all three of you.
I don't like you.
Are you... Jackson, you're cutting out a bunch.
So-
I can't tell if you're saying something. What were you saying, Samura?
Let me guess. Scrying, most likely.
Something like that, I'm sure.
Don't wish to share some of your magical knowledge with me? I guess we've both been still sparkling energy.
I would, but I'm not going to crane my neck any longer, so if you want to talk, you can land like a good boy, or I can knock you out of the sky.
I'm gonna
Whatever
land,
works.
and I'm gonna land quite nicely, no aggressiveness, and I'm gonna I'm just stay at the same distance. I'll walk up to Ufa, put my hand my hand on his shoulder, and we're walking, and we go, well, okay, I've landed. Now we can talk like gentlemen, I guess. I'm like, this is me like imitating this, like not like imitating the same sort of language and stuff like Avirondex uses to try and be nice and polite. Just usually Sarah isn't the best at that.
He kind of just opens his arms and says, like, the floor is yours.
I will drop
You
my
get the
spear.
sense he's playing with his food right now. Like, he's having fun right now.
Also, for the DM, I am buying time for Jade. That is all I'm doing.
I know.
Well, I'm on the floor. I guess we can talk about magic. As you can see, I have
No,
I'll
that
spin my
sounds
hand.
boring. What if you had to choose? How would you prefer to die?
How many of there are you? 5, 6, 7, 8? Oh,
I'm
is it
gonna
10?
like put my hand from his shoulder to his chest and give him a pat and like step forwards. Sorry, oh, my friend. Well, if I have to think about ways of dying, I mean, I like magic. I'm sure one of them ways would be optimal just for the way I've lived my life. Nothing to
While
Make it
while him and Samura are conversing, Eartha, make an insight check.
I'm going to use inspiration.
Go.
I'm going to use another one.
Go for it, bud.
And another one. I don't know how I'm doing this.
Another one.
Okay, I'll leave it with that one. 17.
17.
I rolled 3 ones.
You get the sense in his head. You just get that he looks away from when you say like how many of you are there. He kind of glances away, and it looks like even though his mouth doesn't move, he looks as though he like tells himself a joke. Like that's the best way I can explain it. Like he just kind of like, and then
Does he say it under his breath?
No, he doesn't mutter anything. Actually. I'm gonna make a check for him to see. I'm gonna make him do a.
Because if I can see his lips move, and I know the language, I know what he's saying.
He's gonna do a wisdom check. Okay, that's pretty good. 17. Okay, no, he does not mutter it. He says it in his head. He says it to himself.
Do I get any form of like movement when I say a number? Like a twitch when I say like a number?
You haven't said a number, so you don't know.
I did. I went 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 9.
You don't know. You don't get anything like that. But Samura, as you're approaching, he's kind of like, are you still like forming a spell, or have you let that subside?
I'll, like, after I've said the spellcasting thing and I stop twizzling my hand, I'll stop, and then I go to Ellis, like, hand on the shoulder, hand in front of him, and say my piece of what I said.
He doesn't look amused anymore. He says, like, why are you pretending?
Pretending? Fun. Pretending what?
You're acting like an adult. You're not an adult. Stop pretending. You're taking the fun out of it.
Sorry, did you want me to quiver away in my feathers?
You bore me.
I can play the role if you want to, and I'll like from standing nicely and talking nicely, I'll do a quick jump, like not like flying or anything, just jump and land and like duck down a bit, and go, oh no, please don't hurt me.
You're boring me. And you won't like what happens if I get too bored.
So how do we entertain?
Let's talk about interest. Let's talk about interest. Let's talk about interesting things then.
So if you die, do you go back to the underworld, or do you just die?
He conjures a spear that appears in his left hand, and he kind of taps it on the ground. I haven't found out yet.
Oh.
He kind of leers it.
I'm gonna pull out my stone. So I've heard demons, devils, whatever you call yourself, would like to get powerful. Well, you seem decently, but what about spells out of your comprehension?
Like a few moments go past, and he's like, "I do want to play fetch."
Can I do a check to see if I can figure out roughly how strong?
I'm gonna.
Okay, sure.
What do I roll?
I'm gonna, like, I'm not even gonna lean in, but kind of just like that. Like, it is leaning in, but I'm not leaning far. It's kind of like leaning my neck and head in, shoulders stay upright. And I'm going to say the word Neferil. Have you heard of it?
Of course I've heard of it. I'm not a dullard. I'm not 4 years old. And he kind of spits that at you.
Then you should know that powerful mages with queries throwing stone from one hand to the other and issues with each other can lock each other inside stones.
I'm sorry, are you advertising to me what I can take off your corpse? I'm quite confused about what your intention is.
I just wish to talk about it. You said let's talk about something interesting. I think the Neferil, with the power of casting spells out of our comprehension nowadays. Would you not wish someone to come to you and sorrow in your own sad mind? I put the stone away. Take like 5 steps backwards and just crackling hands again. I'm just ready to go.
He just kind of walks to the edge of the bridge, and he just kind of like puts his butt on like the rampart and leans on it. And now he looks like he's waiting, and he looks kind of bored.
Can I have a check to see how strong he is?
Yeah. So just make a intelligence check, I'll say.
Oh,
Can I?
Unnatural 20.
A natural 20. He looks pretty strong.
Could be taken.
You think you feel strongly, the three of you against him. It might be a little bit difficult, but you think you could probably do it.
I'm gonna take an action, look through Abba's eyes to see where Jade is, and then immediately come back.
Cool. Yeah. You kind of flicker out. You see them at like the lip of the bridge. They're on the way.
So
Do I know about how much feet I am from the start of the bridge?
200, 300 feet. Probably about half.
Okay,
You got about 30 seconds to a minute.
Okay.
So, buddy, how long have you been watching us? And how do you know about his dad? Dad, right?
I'll turn him along the lines of that.
Stepdad. So how do you know about that? And what do you know about me? I'm curious. I'm gonna start like twiddling a bit.
He leaves his spear, and he kind of just stands about 5 feet away from it. I know so much. I know so much. I know what will happen. I know what has happened. I know things about yourself that even you do not know, because the grace of my God, and he kind of, his hand motions up to Cyric, the giant statue behind him. Because my God shows me things, but a God like yours only hides.
Yeah, that's fine. That's cool. Okay, so what do you know about me that I don't know about me, but you know about me, because your God told you about me?
There's nothing that interesting about you.
Oh.
But I suppose, is it more fun to let it happen?
Do you know when I'm gonna die? I've always wanted that
Can
one.
I?
Of course, I know when you're all going to die.
In about 5 seconds.
About 7 minutes from now. You just have to wait.
7 minutes. Is that fate, or is that just what your God said?
Can I make an intelligence check to see if 7 minutes is midnight?
Okay, cool. Yeah, go for it.
That's 18.
18. You think you've been keeping track of time pretty much. You think it's about 7 minutes to midnight. He answers you with it. Says, "That's the difference. You are a slave to the bitch you serve. I am partners with Cyric.
But
He does not tell me things. I decide when you die because I want you dead. Just as much as Cyric does."
Wait, buddy, you've tried to kill us, what, 2-3 times already? And it hasn't worked. Because
No.
fate is not the
And he
same.
kind of that annoys him. That like pisses him off.
That's the point.
I have never tried to kill you. I have been too busy to waste my time with you. I have hired lessers to try and kill you. You have not sullied my time as of yet, and you will not sully my time.
Can I want to cast a message, and I'm stood behind her for Anya, so that they can't like see me do it. But I'm gonna like it says you gotta point at the target. I'm gonna point like straight forward, straight arm at him, and I'm gonna say, "Let's not bore the the people who are not like me and you, at least, raised by a man who disappeared, the devil. Why are we waiting till midnight? Come on, tell me."
He kind of smiles and he says, "Because the scenario is correct at midnight."
I'm going to start talking out loud now. "So, you have to wait until your partner tells you what you have to do?"
I do not have to wait, and I do not get told what to do. I have seen what happens, and it happens at midnight, and not everyone is here yet.
Sounds like a wonderful partnership, doesn't it? You get told what to do, you listen, you do it when he tells you. You don't do it any earlier. Really getting aggressive.
He's a
It seems
lapdog.
like you just sit where you want, where he tells you to sit, and you just wait until he tells you to move. Nothing else, nothing more, no mind of your own. A demon, a devil, something to be feared, a lapdog.
Bitch.
He looks right at you, Samurai, and he says, "At midnight, your suit of tin armor gets here, and I can destroy it first.
Oh.
That's what happens at midnight."
So you think the suit of tin armor is what gives me my power? You think it's something I have to stand behind to fight you?
No, but he's a bigger threat than the rest of you.
Yeah, he's got a point.
Right. I'm gonna... yeah, I'll turn to him.
But the thing is, Samurai, he said 7 minutes. You know for a fact Jade's less than a minute away.
Yeah.
Aha, fate can be bended.
I know exactly. Yeah, I know exactly what this is. So, are you telling me that in 7 minutes, after Jade's been here, about 6.5 minutes, then she becomes a problem? I think there's something about that spell which you're not quite referring to. Something about Riverland.
I am not the author, I merely read the book.
Exactly. Read. You don't write it because you're not an equal partnership. Now shut up and listen. So.
You've found the entertainer. Speak.
Yeah.
And he looks like excited now.
So, let me guess. If she's going to be here for 6.5 minutes before you have to deal with her, it's not the armor itself you're worried about, but the person who cast it.
You are not a threat, little bird. You're just tweeting in a cage. Cage that you can't even see. And at this point,
tweeting in a cage?
Jade, like, you can hear the metal clanking of Jade, and Jade approaches, and he looks thrown.
Boom, bitch.
Yeah. I am going to walk in front of Urfa and Anya towards him.
How close?
Oh, buddy, that's not a good idea.
15 feet.
Away from him, or
closer? Yeah, 15 feet away from him at minimum.
Okay.
I mean at maximum, but I need to be at least 15 feet. And does he do anything, or have I got time to do something?
He's kind of chuckling now. He's like, "You struggled at first, but you did manage to be entertaining. I am over the moon." But he looks nervous. He looks like, imagine if you had a favorite book that you read every night, and you suddenly got to your favorite chapter, and the story had changed. Like, that's the look on his face. Like, the words are different. Something's different. This story has changed.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave.
Okay. Counterspell.
So everything... You just counterspell?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What level does he counterspell at?
Doesn't matter, because he's a higher level spell. The level of counterspell is above any spell
I
you
was
can
going to
cast.
say, Jackson counterspell is third level. We knew he had third level spells when he said he had Scrying.
Cool.
So,
You approach and this wave of rippling thunder rips towards you, and you see like that chuckle, like he bends over in laughter as he whips his hand up, and the spell just diminishes into air, and he's just looking, like leering right at you, and he's like, "You didn't throw the first blow. It was." It's all different. This is going to be very, very fun.
I'm gonna throw another Thunder Wave.
You're gonna throw another thunder wave?
Yeah, throw another Thunder Wave. But this time, I'm going to walk behind Ufa and Anya, and I'm going to throw it off the side of the bridge.
You don't have... Okay, wait, you're not trying to attack it.
Not trying to attack anyone. I just want to throw it into the air.
Which, east or west?
Like towards the camp. Towards the camp.
So,
Yeah.
not off the bridge, on the bridge.
Yeah, just towards the camp, but without hitting anyone.
Yeah, okay. So, a ripple of thunder, and he's not even really paying attention, he's kind of laughing, but it's also like, it's genuine laughter, like entertained laughter, but also nervous laughter. Like,
You right there, buddy?
Right.
You got a bit of a cold sweat coming on. What was that about fate and this book you were
I'm
reading?
going.
The book is a metaphor. And my
Probably-
friend is kind. I thought I knew the story. And all this time it's been a sequel.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna start fucking
A sequel?
throwing shit. I'm gonna cast actually.
You can't throw any more spells unless you want to start combat. You don't have surprise anymore because you sent a thunder wave, 2 thunder waves.
What do
Oh
you
yeah,
think?
I mean, I didn't expect a surprise, but I'm ready to start combat because I want to start throwing shit.
Wait, well, I want to ask him, well, what do you mean a sequel?
I mean, he got out once. We all stood at the bridge, which signifies that.
He's just kind of looking around, and now that fear has subsided into like deep excitement. Do you know what I wanted to do originally?
No, but you gotta tell me anyway.
My original plan was to blow you up, but someone talked me out of it. But that's what was supposed to happen. We're in the wrong one. And that nervousness like comes back, and he's like rubbing his neck. He's like, we're in the wrong one. Oh, the bets are off. We're in the wrong one. And he's talking to himself, so unless you say anything, he's not telling you anything more. Like you get the sense he's ready to dance whenever you are. Whenever you want to start combat, he's willing to start dancing. But he also seems to be enjoying talking. So it's really up to, once you guys start getting aggressive, that's when he's gonna.
Jess, what do you think? Do we punch the bitch or do we let him live? And
I
talk a bit
have
longer?
something. I have something I cannot do. Damn. Never mind. We could start combat with Jade slapping him.
I want to see what Jess's input is. I feel like she needs some form of input.
Yeah, before we just run into death.
God, I don't know. I'm not good at combat.
Doesn't have to
Don't
be
know.
combat. Doesn't have to be combat. We could talk to him a bit longer. Try to get a bit more
Oh.
out of him.
It could just be, do you want to fight him or do you
He's
want to just walk
pacing
away?
from side to side of the bridge now, and he's just muttering to himself, "We're in the wrong one. All bets are off.
The
This
spear.
is the wrong
I
one."
have a question. The spear, is it still there?
It's just leaning on the side of the bridge.
Is it
Yeah.
a normal spear? Or is it like a summons, like...
He summoned it, but you can't tell whether it's magical beyond that.
Oh,
It sounds like a warlock spear.
No, it
Yeah,
could be
Hexblade.
that, but it might also be Eldritch Knight.
Well, the thing is, he isn't a class. He is a devil. He gives people these powers. He's a warlock, like, he's the fiend warlock subclass. So he has the abilities of that, presumably.
Oh,
Wait,
He
I
isn't
could-
the subclass.
don't get hit by that spear.
is there a way I could find out how much the spear weighs in pounds?
You could take like an eye guess. Sure. Make a intelligence check.
Okay.
Where are you going with this? I'm curious.
Yeah, she has something, and I think it'll be funny.
She definitely has something, and I want to know
When she
what.
casts a spell and the
Is it
guy's like, nah.
intelligence?
Yeah.
Okay. 13.
13. I mean, I don't know how much a spear weighs, so I'm just gonna guess like 10
Oh,
pounds.
I can tell you. Should say in the book.
Oh, cool.
I could be dead wrong though. That's what...
So yeah, just to reiterate, he's still just kind of pacing around, and he's like he's folding his hair back, like slicking his hair back along his head. He's kind of fiddling with his horns. He's kind of biting his nails. He's kind of flexing his back, and he's just muttering the same few phrases. We're in the wrong one. All bets are off. This is incredible. This is horrible. And he's just kind of...
It's 3 pounds.
3 pounds. It weighs 3
pounds.
pounds.
Oh my god, I just had the greatest idea. I don't
Go
know
for
I
it.
don't know if it I don't know if it'll
Is
work.
this mage
though.
hand?
Yeah.
I believe it is corporeal, so I think he will be able to see the hand, correct?
Oh, unless you are arcane trickster.
Yeah, you can see mage hand. You can see mage hand.
You can try it. You can go for it.
Only if you picked a rogue and became an arcane trickster. Can you cast it off
Also,
the side of
Ellis.
the bridge and hide it?
Oh god.
Like conceal it off the side of the bridge? Or does it connect to you?
We have a
You
slight
could-
issue
You
with
could have
this.
it crawl across the side of the bridge and pick it up. But he
Basically,
could
he's saying
just-
you can try and keep it hidden.
But he could just summon it again, when I think about it.
I'm out of spell slots on first level
How are you... What?
because I used identify.
Thunder wave.
Wait,
Uh,
oh, yeah, you did use identify, didn't you?
The issue is also the second thunder wave I wasted on accident because I forgot we're 500 feet away, not 300 feet away, because I was trying to alert the guards.
See, I knew you were doing that, but I thought you would have been close enough.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
you
forgot
have
it's
no
500
idea.
feet.
You're about they're about 5 minutes away, so that's about 50 turns of combat.
Yeah, but if that like little cannon is 500 feet away, thunder wave is only 300 feet.
let me just say this: you did a thunder spell in the middle of a storm.
That's also enough. That's a very cool idea, isn't it?
Wait.
You really weathered me.
Yes, Jess.
How far away is Anya from the demon?
Probably about 20 feet.
Okay.
You guys would all be aware of what this guy is. He is a Cambion, so he is the child of a succubus or an incubus. So he's kind of like a half demon, half devil. They're kind of like devilish contractors. They work for whoever. They don't really have any permanent allegiances.
He still classes as a humanoid, right?
It's still humanoid technically. Actually, no, it's the fiend.
So it doesn't count as a
Can I start chatting shit still?
You can still be talking. None of you are talking. Yeah.
So, you're the son of a whore. A woman who just goes around and seduces anyone they can?
He kind of stops. Yes. Oh, it's all...
that was the best I've ever had. Yeah.
What don't you get? We're in the wrong one. Are you, all three of you, so dull as to not see that?
How do we get in the right one?
How are we in the
Can I
wrong
do-
one?
wait.
How did we get into the wrong one? Don't you remember?
Can I turn to Ufa and go, well, if you want to be in the right one, his mother's not the case. I'm just gonna keep going in.
Just gonna go over and high five Samurai. That's all I'm doing.
You get, like, he is, like, having a biblical revelation right now.
Buddy, I told you before, fate
But-
isn't always the same.
Can we please just start combat?
Yeah.
Like I said, it's up to you guys.
I'm
I'm waiting for the other two
confused
to
right
say
now.
yes.
done.
I mean, yeah, because he's
What are you
clearly
confused
hinting
about?
at something and you're just letting him talk. You're not asking about it. That's probably why she's confused.
So
I'll
we
ask.
can
I'll ask.
either
Okay.
fight or kill the guy. Fight or kill the guy.
Well,
No,
I'll-
fight or talk. to
Fight
the
or
guy.
kill the guy. My two different
I'll-
options.
I'll ask him. So, anyways, what are we meant to be seeing?
See anything.
We have
You don't
the
see
visions.
what you've seen already, you dullard.
well, come on, tell us.
You
Seen a
really
lot of
don't
stuff.
remember. Are you so blind you don't remember? They couldn't have both happened. That doesn't make any sense.
What
do you mean,
happened that we're
both?
not remembering? Come on.
What changed?
Come on.
Because both couldn't have happened. Who? He looks like embarrassed for a minute. He says, "Who did I send to attack you?" And
Which time?
I said, "It was time." So you do remember?
There was two different groups.
Oh, there was three.
Was there? Am I just
No.
forgetting one?
Well, if we're forgetting one, that's...
They couldn't have both happened. They
The
couldn't
bar
have
and the
both
drow.
happened. But they couldn't have both happened. That's my point. And And now he fades. He doesn't look hostile at all, and he's walking towards you. And he's like, something changed. What aren't you getting? Something changed. There has been a ripple.
Okay, well,
in the
like I
time.
said, fate
what does that mean
changes.
for...
Because I sent the drow.
Yes, got that one.
I sent the group to attack you with the elf song. But
Yeah.
before I sent them, I sent a man with a bomb, but they couldn't have both happened. They took place on the same night. They couldn't have both happened. Something has changed. The timeline has changed.
We're being matrixed. What the?
I don't like this.
What? What? So confused.
So 1 minute. Can I explain this because it's not actually
You can
up for
explain
the
it,
viewers.
but for frame of reference, you guys have no memory of this. Your characters have no memory
Yeah.
of this.
So this didn't happen. So our characters don't know this. It happened in like an alternate universe. But do you remember the first time we did the first session and then we started again because it just wasn't right? And it was a suicide bomber with the bomb vest. He's referring to that. The demon can see both realities. So that little like first session we did and then scrapped and restarted.
Also, don't go try look for it
Is
because we
this-
deleted the video.
Yeah.
Alternate channel.
It's gone. Long gone.
An earth? Oh my
So-
god.
And he is just freaking out. He's like, it's all different. What's changed? Who changed it?
Also, why would you use a
Can I-
bomb, buddy?
All the bets are off. All the bets are off.
Can I?
You could kill me.
Oh yeah.
I could die.
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
Shall we begin?
So, you still wish to fight even though you think you could lose your own life?
More so than ever.
So be it.
And I guess
And we'll-
we begin.
We'll go into initiative there. Can everyone roll initiative?
Dean.
Yeah, 16.
So Anya
Natural
and Samara
20.
both got 16.
No, I got 15.
15. Okay. Eartha, natural 20.
Nah, I don't have my minus
MVP.
anymore because I increased my dexterity by 1, so it's 10.
Oh, very good.
Because I feel like he probably got a
That's-
bit more dexterous over his journey. Right. I don't actually know what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Eartha, you are on top of this round. So you are, you're kind of in a, not necessarily too clumped, but you're in like a little bit of a clump with Samura, Anya, and Jade. And this figure is about 10 feet in front of you. This Damon, this Cambion with leathery wings, red skin, and 2 stump horns, who's just kind of like pacing. He kind of he's been pacing about, and he just kind of stopped and is now looking up at you and invited you, shall we begin? And now you are in combat and you are reacting first. So what would you like to do?
I'm gonna go at him with a spear, 2-handed spear attack, and then use, I think it's War Priest, I believe it is. That gives me a second melee attack. Yeah, War Priest.
Yeah.
And hit him again.
Go for it.
Plus 6, so that's 18 on the first one, and a 24 on the next.
First one misses.
Shit.
Let's play. It takes 2 to tango.
He has third level spells. The thing is, a challenge rating 4 is challenging for us, I think. But I think Brad's probably thrown us against something which is like challenge rating 6. It's my bet. But we'll see.
Got 7 damage.
7 damage.
Yeah, I don't know if we're winning this one.
Nothing to scoff at. Nothing to scoff at. Nice little start. So, you've got the spear. The rain is starting down on you. And as he kind of invites you to fight, you're the first to take him up on it. And you sprint forward and you take one long jab. Are you wielding it two-handed or one-handed?
Two-handed.
Two-handed. So with 2 hands, you push it forward, and he just kind of in one deft movement just arcs his body out of the way, and kind of you kind of lash it to the side, following him, and cut him on the back, and he kind of he's kind of like everything's surprising him now. He's kind of really enjoying it, but also you can see it kind of nipped him and hurt him as some blood kind of lashes out from his back, and he's like kind of scoffs at it as you pull your spear back. So now you're right up there with him.
Just say Timeline's a bitch. And just leave it up.
And he agrees. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my action, my bonus action. I don't think I can do anything else.
Cool. It's his turn. Okay. Well, let's have.
Right, I'm gonna have to pull something out of the books.
Let's have some fun. Okay. He is going to walk 10 feet to the east, allowing you an attack of opportunity, Eartha.
Right.
Because he thinks you're gonna miss.
Well, unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20 hits.
Thank fuck for that. 8 damage. I'm rolling good
8
on the
damage.
damage, because that's the max I can get.
That's scary, Ellis, because I don't have any damage spells.
Do you not have any cantrips?
Yeah, I've got a cantrip damage spell, but like at my
He
first
walks.
You can cast that.
He
as, like,
walks
a high
10
level.
feet. He walks 10 feet to the east, and you kind of just poke him in the back, and he kind of just takes it as he picks up his spear, and he walks back to where he was standing originally. And,
Oh.
and he's going to.
Maybe we should have taken this speed.
Yeah. Okay. He is going to make 2 melee attacks with his spear against you, Eartha. Oh, that's low. That's quite low. And the next one, higher. That's a 16 and an 18 to hit.
Yeah, they hit.
They both hit. The AC is 16 because I haven't got my shield on. If I had my shield on, only one of them would hit.
That's why you should be wearing heavy armor. Get yourself an 18 plus 2.
I don't have heavy armor, Jackson.
That's why you shouldn't have been playing a cleric, Ellis. Ellis dies instantly.
Probably. More than likely. I see
This
this
could-
being...
This is the end of the campaign.
Yep.
Okay, that's 22 piercing damage and 2 fire damage.
It's 24 damage. It doesn't kill him, but it's close.
Each time the sorry, that was only 1 bit of fire damage. Another 2 fire damage on top of that.
So that's 26
each
damage.
Each time the spear hits you and cuts into you, you just feel like a little bit of flame ignite within your wound, and it just kind of scorches you as you stabilize yourself on your spear. He's gonna in the first jab he says timelines, and on the second one he goes bitch, as he's just kind of scoffing as he does that.
Ew,
That's
fuck,
gonna
my
be
eyes.
he's happy with that. He's happy with that turn. Samurai, it's your turn.
I'm looking at my custom spell.
Yep.
And I can't see what happens when you cast it at a higher level. Does it just up the damage to another D8, or does it increase the amount of times
Yeah.
it can be used?
D8.
Just another D8 damage. Cool. Yeah, I'm going to cast that at 2nd level on Jade. I'm going to move backwards, and I'm going to move to Jade's left, closer to Anya.
Cool.
Yeah, so I will roll D4. That is 2 charges. Now I will send Jade straight up to the demon. She's got 25 feet. Can she make it?
So you 5, 10, 15, 20. Just yes. You blast a bunch of lightning into Jade, and her entire metal form begins to come alive with lightning as she then marches forward to Damon.
Cool. She's going to take 2 slam attacks.
Go for it.
I've just realised these aren't going to hit, are they? If it misses, does it still take up the bonded supercharge attack proc, or does it save it for later? Ah, cool. So if I miss both of these attacks, it'll just use up the spell.
No, because I might revise this because obviously it's our spell that we devised, but I'm going to say for now it doesn't use it up because it's not actually going anywhere because you're hitting stone essentially.
Yeah. I got 17 and 9.
Yeah, they both miss.
Yeah.
So Jade takes two, like a professional boxer, like two big wide punches, and both times Damon just kind of does one big extravagant duck, and then with the next one, his wings beat and he flies up 5 feet into the air, avoiding it, and before crashing back into the ground. And Jade's like readjusting herself.
Yeah. Okay. I'll send.
You.
I'll keep
don't
Abba
know where
on my
Abba
shoulder.
is.
Oh, okay. Cool. I guess that's a thing then. Cool. That's the end of my turn.
You can't even feel your connection with her at the minute. Him at the minute. Yeah. Next turn is Anya.
I'm gonna hang on. Let me just. Yeah, I'm within 60 feet. I'm gonna cast Healing Word on Eartha.
Yep, go for it. Good play. He needs that.
Really need that.
So it's just a creature of your choice that you can see within range regains hit points equal to 1d4 plus your spell casting ability modifier. This spell has no effect on undead or construct.
Very nice. That will not go amiss.
It's a good thing I'm not undead.
Casting ability modifier, is that the spell
The top of your
attack
spell
bonus?
sheet? Yeah, just use that.
Okay, yeah, that's so 1d4 plus 7.
It's technically not that, but I think it should be, so we're going to use that.
Okay.
I've just always thought it should be, so we'll go with that. So what's the total there?
Am I rolling it for?
Yeah, it's your spell.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Hang on then. Let me find it.
While she's rolling this, I have a question for you.
Yep.
Because I'm using the sleep amulet, can I cast it at a higher level than what it is, or can I
No.
not? No. Shit. Okay.
Also, Ellis, you can't cast cantrips at a higher level. They upgrade automatically once you hit 5th level, but they are not spells. They do
Is
not
sleep
work
a
as spell
cantrip?
slots work. No,
I
I
don't
mean
think
my
so.
spells, because he asked
I
me
see.
to use my damage spell, sire.
What was it, sorry,
Okay.
Jess?
10.
10. So, Eartha,
Ooh.
was it healing word?
Yes.
So, Anya shouts something encouraging, and Eartha, you feel that, like, bit of second wind energy kind of flood your lungs as you were, like, nearly keeled over. You
Wish
just
I
kind
had
of pick
second
yourself
wind.
back up. And you kind of bat yourself off. Kind of like, okay, let's rumble. Is that your turn, Anya?
I'll move 5 feet forward and then 10 feet to the right.
There
Yeah.
you go. Cool. There we go. Right. Next up. No. Okay, Eartha, your turn.
I would like to use my bonus action to cast Analyze Opponent,
Yes, go for
which is a Red Knight spell, and it
Mhm.
gives me the ability to learn one strength or weakness about a creature. However, I will learn the most powerful of either.
it. Go for it.
I would like to learn his biggest weakness. Tell me, come on, what's his biggest weakness? If he has one. Please say he has one. I haven't just wasted a 2nd level spell.
No weaknesses.
To be fair, that doesn't use a spell slot, does it? Because it's a feature of your class.
No,
Or is
no,
it?
it's a
It's a spell.
Oh, okay.
It's a
Then yeah, you got wrecked. Deal with it.
No weaknesses. So yeah, as you kind of analyze him and analyze his movements, and you quickly realize he has no weaknesses, and you're like, okay, rude.
Fuck, I will hit him with my spear.
Go for it.
18.
Misses.
It does indeed miss. Yes.
What the fuck?
You see, you take like you quit your cat. One foot goes backwards as you realize this thing has no weaknesses. Actually, those last 2 hits didn't do as much damage as you thought they should.
Did he roll the wrong dice?
Oh no.
Nope.
No.
They're normal
Oh.
weapons.
The worst thing is, I was thinking, do I analyze opponent or do I make my weapon magical? I didn't know which to do, so I chose analyze
So-
opponent just to find a weakness.
So, is that your turn, Eartha?
Yeah.
Okay. Then Eartha, he looks like right at you, and then turns to his right, and he's just gonna puts his hands like right in front of Jade and says,
no.
"You're first." And Jade crumbles to pieces.
Okay.
We're dead.
Okay.
I expected
Uh,
this.
And then
Go
he
for
will. So, Jade, the magic fades from Jade, and the helmet and all the various pieces of armor, ting ting ting, crumble to the ground amid the sound of the rain, and just spread out around the area.
That is another third level gun, though, I believe.
And then he turns back to you, Eartha, and we'll call that his turn. Samura, it's your turn.
Right. We're gonna give this a quick read to see what the check is. And then we'll decide. Yeah, I'm gonna use reduce on him. So he has to make a constitution saving throw. I have to be within 30 feet as well, so I'll move
Counter
within
spell.
30 feet. Okay. Cool.
That
Then
has
I
to be
will-
all his third level spells, right?
So yeah, he's used 3 third level spell slots. We know that as a minimum.
You use one
That
counter spell.
This is what you know he's definitely used recently. He's used Disguise Stealth, Major Image, Counterspell, and Dispel Magic. So he's used at least those five spells, recently, like
I know-
as you've been with him.
I'm not sure about major image, but I know 3 of them are third level spell slots, so he should be out.
One
So-
can hope.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything else with your turn, Samura?
Back up. Just as far as I can.
You want to back 30 feet up?
Well, I moved. I'll back 5 feet down and to the left.
Cool.
Yeah, and then I'll fly 10 feet up.
Okay, yeah. You back up and you start flying up. Anya, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I kind of want to cast Mage Hand, but like Ellis had said before, he could just like create another one.
No, I don't know if he can now.
Oh,
Because you
Well-
purposely went over and
Yes.
got it.
I think.
Well, here's the thing. He's holding it now, isn't he?
You can
Yeah.
still try strength check it off him.
Yes.
right?
What, with a mage hand? No, I don't think you can. I think mage hand sucks. I don't think it'll get it off him. I think he'll beat it if he rolls like an 8 or higher.
Yeah, big.
I'd say. I mean, you either got to hit him or you got to heal Ellis. You got to do one of the two.
I'm doing alright. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. Maybe just worry a little bit. I do have a plan though, but I don't think it's gonna work.
Well, I'm nearly out of all spells slots.
Jackson, why are you so flimsy?
What do you want from me?
What do you
What do you
doing,
want
Anya?
from me?
Stress. I'm gonna give. Can I give 2 bardic inspirations in one go? Or is it 1 per turn?
I think it's just 1 per turn.
Okay. I'm gonna give 1 to Eartha because obviously he's the closest to the demon, so I'm gonna give him a bardic
Fair enough.
inspiration.
Yes. So you quickly, you scratch some notes out on your violin, and Eartha, you feel that inspiration kind of adding to you. So, Eartha, you have a bardic inspiration die, a d6, I believe. So that's for pretty much everything, including healing, if that's the route you'd like to go. Is that your turn, Anya?
I think that's a yes.
Yep, cool.
So yeah, I don't know where they is.
It just keeps cutting out. Okay, then. Yeah, no two ways about it. Okay.
I don't like he's planning something. Something's being planned, and I don't like it.
It's funny because I'm also planning, but mine is not going as well.
Yeah, okay. From the
Of course, he's
left
friends.
over the black, from where the black water runs under the bridge, you see this humanoid figure just float, like levitate from above the water, and now about 10 feet above the bridge level. It's this beautiful this woman with like blue skin, like light blue skin, dark blue freckles, this like long greenish white hair that just kind of flows, very delicate looking, very beautiful. I'd say she is an air ganassi. So ganassi are these humanoids born of the planes. Like there's each element: air, earth, water, fire. They're kind of infused with those elements. This is an air ganassi. And
Can I roll an insight check to see if she's I just want to know whether we're more fucked or less fucked. Really, that's the.
Oh, I think we might be more fucked, you know.
That's 18.
18. She looks very curious. She's like, "What's going on?"
Okay.
She's like examining, and she's gonna like land, kind of behind, a little bit behind where Jade was, and she doesn't do anything else. She just lands very delicately, and she like straightens out her clothes a bit, kind of flattens them. She's wearing kind of similarish clothes to Anya, kind of like that, like the vest, like very like comfortable clothes, not girly clothes, like movable. And she just kind of lands, and she just starts looking around at everyone, and she's not really betraying any emotion in her face. She's just observing you all, and that ends her turn. Eartha, it's your go.
I'm gonna cast Magic Weapon on my spear, which
Very
is
good.
to touch a non-magical weapon, and until the spell ends, that magic becomes magical with a +1 to attack and damage rolls, and it lasts up to an hour. And that
Is it an action or a bonus
That is a
action?
bonus action. It is a concentration spell, however.
I see.
So shit.
Rough go of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you with your other hand, you tighten on the spear, and you feel like divine energy pour out of you and into it and infuse it.
You want me to
Is
the
talk-
concentration rules of damage?
Yeah, please. Is talking a action?
No, it's an interaction technically, so you can get out a short phrase or like a sentence.
I'm just gonna go friend of yours.
He'll respond on his turn.
Then I'm gonna twat on my spear.
Go for it.
A natural 20.
A natural 20 hits.
21 because I forgot I got the +1 now. And
Go
I
for it,
can't
go
use the
for it.
bardic inspiration to do damage, can I?
No, everything but damage.
Such a bitch. 8 damage.
8 damage.
With the +1. So I'm now magic boy. Nice. Oh.
And now that your spear's infused, when you jab it into his like stomach area, you feel it hit, and you feel him like, oh. And like it hurt him, and he didn't expect it, and he didn't like it.
I just
So
want
yeah,
to kind
give
of
him
like take one finger off, and kind of grab hold of my spear again.
and now it is his turn,
Oh, fuck, should've done
and
that.
he.
I'm trying to wind him up as much as possible. I don't want him to enjoy this.
Yeah. I wonder.
Yeah.
I wonder if we've done a quarter of his health bar yet.
Nope.
I agree.
He holds the spear, Eartha. Like as you go to pull it out, he like grabs it and he's like, "Friend of mine." Eartha, can you make a wisdom saving throw?
Oh, wisdom's my good one.
I bet he's casting friends. He's trying to make Ellis his little friend buddy.
Well, I got 24.
24. You kind of feel your head go light for a minute, and then you just kind of snap out of it, and he's like, kind of growls at you. You see a bit of fire, like, out of his like mouth, and he's just kind of real pissed about that not taking hold. All he's gonna do is kind of let you take the spear. He's not gonna do anything else. Samurai, it's your turn.
Right. We'll see if he's got a third one. Reduce.
What am I doing?
It needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
17.
What a little bastard. I know if you can tell, but that means he passes.
You feel like he almost flickers for a second and begins to shrink before he like pushes back out of it, and he's like, "Very good."
Okay.
He just keeps like that weird rambling.
How far away am I from him?
5, 10, 15, 20, 20, about 30 feet.
Yes, so...
About 25, 30 feet.
And I'm 10 feet high.
Yeah.
So I'm going to fly another 20 feet up, so I'm about 60 feet away.
That's not really how that works.
Yeah, I know, but like, you know... It
You
means
can fly until you're about 60 feet away, sure.
Yeah, I want to go up until I'm about 60 feet.
Okay, sure.
Right.
Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Then...
Oh, actually, can I shout over to the woman? A bit of help, please.
Cool. She'll respond on her turn. Anya, it is your turn.
I am going to I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery.
Go for it. On Damon.
Yeah. So you unleash a string of insults laced with subtle enchantments at a creature you can see within range. If the target can hear you, though it need not understand you, it must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw. Or take 1d4 psychic damage and have disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
Okay.
I don't really see this going anywhere.
Okay. 3 total. So now he's starting to slip a bit. So what's the damage on that?
1d4 psychic damage.
Yep, so roll it.
4.
4, there we go. And was that Vicious Mockery?
Yeah.
Very good. So Anya, from like over Eartha's shoulder, you just kind of shout something mean, and he's like, just magically hurt by it as he like grimaces. He's like, no, I'm not.
Don't like your wings, pussy.
And is that your turn, Anya?
I guess so.
Okay, it is the Air Ganassi's turn.
Can't even do that.
So you called over to her, Samurai. You said a little help, right?
Yeah, a bit of help, please.
Okay, then she's going to... she says, help. That's what I'm here for. And she's going to take 3 short sword attacks at Anya.
Oh,
What?
what a bitch.
This bitch.
No!
She's
I
one of
use
the
cutting.
keys.
No,
She
I
has
use
to-
cutting
Oh.
words. I use
Cutting words,
words.
perfect.
Haha,
Tell us about cutting
bitch.
words. Tell
Try
us
to
about
stab
cutting words.
me.
Those are the cunning words.
Literally, yeah.
Cut me.
Tell me
Yeah.
what cutting words does, so I know what I need to.
So you learn how to use your wit to distract, confuse, and otherwise sap the confidence and competence of others. When a creature that you can see within 60 feet of you makes an attack roll, an ability check, or a damage roll, you can use your reaction to expend one of your uses of Bardic Inspiration, roll in a Bardic Inspiration die, and subtract in the number rolled from the creature's roll.
Okay, so
Yeah.
roll a bardic inspiration die, and this will be
Okay.
subtracted from her first attack.
How do I do that?
So whatever your bardic inspiration die is, I think it's a d6. You just roll that.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, should be it.
5.
5. Okay. Okay, that makes her first attack a 12 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
Very good. Her second attack, natural 20.
No,
Oh,
well,
no! This is the first time I've got hit. No.
That's also a natural 20 plus 7. So, oh, that's another natural 20. Oh my god.
we're going to die.
Wait, how many attacks is she hitting with?
3. She gets 3
Makes 3
attacks.
attacks with her short sword.
But what happened to the? I swear you just said 4. You said 12, 20, 20, 20.
No, I said
No.
12, 20, another 20.
Oh, my
And then
bad.
he started talking about the 20s.
Yeah. Sorry, I was
You
in
damaged
shock
20
there.
to hit.
No,
It's
20 hit.
20 to hit doubles it when it's natural.
Okay,
when it's a
so that's
natural
double-
straight 20.
Oh my
So in other words,
Um,
you've got 4 attacks hitting you.
Yeah.
So as she comes in with as she's like, help, that's what I'm here for, and she just takes a swing at you, Anya. You're like, no, fuck, and she just kind of misses, and she's confused, and she stops for a moment, and then she just slices you twice. You take 22 damage from those two.
Oh my god, I'm
shorter.
on. Oh my god.
How low?
Oh my god.
You know what's really funny? You know that first attack which hit Ellis for 26 damage? That does not only put me unconscious, but that puts me to exactly 0 and instantly kills me.
Just be
No.
thankful none of them have got to you yet, bud.
Yeah, that's why I'm staying away.
Did you say 22?
Damage, yes.
Okay.
Um,
Come on.
You
Okay,
should have
I'm
more
on 9.
health than me.
Remember, if any of you, some of you, I can't remember, but some of you might have temporary hit points left over from that priest you encountered.
Oh, do we?
They'll be
Oh.
written in your temporary hit points box if you do.
I think I
Um,
rubbed them off. How many was that again?
5.
it was 5 originally, but yeah, Jess, I don't think you got hit in that battle at all. So yeah, you would
No.
still have those. So you can you took 17 damage from that hit essentially.
Okay, hang on. I need to work that out now.
Um,
My calculator.
Yeah, I don't have mine wrote down, but I'm just gonna presume I got shot with an arrow at some point.
Okay.
'Cause I think I did.
and then
The rubbish
she's gonna
thing
use.
is-
She's gonna use. Yeah, what are you saying? Sorry, Jess.
Can I say the rubbish thing is I can't cast Healing Word on myself. So,
Is it what? Is it what's its range?
where is it? 60 feet.
I think I'd allow you to cast it on yourself. It's technically, I don't think it's technically supposed to, but it still makes sense to me. So if you want, you can try it. And she's going to use her cunning action, which is on each of her turns. Aurelia can use a bonus action to take the dash,
Dislike this
disengage,
woman.
or hide action. So she's going to take the disengage action as a bonus action. So she is now disengaged from you, Anya. That's her little ditty of a turn. You're up.
I'm
Y'all
Hell,
want to die tonight?
I'm going to use my bonus action to summon my spiritual weapon behind the Genasi.
Okay, cool.
It's not a concentration, so I don't need to make any checks.
No.
And it lasts a minute. I can also control it as a bonus action, so I'm going to hit her with the bonus action.
Very good. Go for it. It's disadvantage because she's disengaged.
Oh, okay.
No.
Ellis.
Is that how disengage? What's disengage? I'm sorry, I've confused myself.
I think disengage just allows you to get away without being whacked. I'll
That's
search it up.
We'll go with that for now. No disadvantage for now.
Ooh boy, okay. What's it plus my spellcasting modifier? Which puts that. Oh, that's actually not bad. Unnatural 20.
Hits.
And it's a 1d8 plus my spellcasting attack modifier.
I got a question about this woman, by the way.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, disengage your. It just doesn't provoke opportunity attacks. That's it. Does she look dexterous or does she look strong?
She definitely looks more lithe and dexterous than strong. She doesn't really have any muscle. She's just quite lithe, skinny.
Okay.
15 damage.
15 damage.
I'm then going to hit
Very
the,
good.
The twit in front of me with my spear.
Go for it.
I'm also going to add the bardic inspiration whilst I've got it,
Very good.
which puts me at 22 to hit.
22 to hit does hit.
Yeah. It's a d8. No, yeah, it's a d8 plus 1, so that's 6 damage.
6. Very good. Is that your turn?
I'm then going to go to fuckface in front of me because I can't remember his name and go, so it is your friend. And that's it.
Cool. Okay. With his turn.
No. Oh no.
It's getting bad. They're real bad.
I no longer have second level spells, meaning I can't heal us at the end of this with a prayer of healing.
I don't have any spells.
Samura, how far away were you?
60 feet.
60 feet. Okay, this has 120 foot range.
God damn it! What a bitch.
Yoy.
I don't want
Okay.
that.
He kind of, Eartha, he's kind of looking at you, and then he says, "Where's the other one?" And he looks up, and he just shoots he jams the spear in between two cobblestones, and he just shoots his arms forward, and almost in your face, Eartha. And these two rays of fire shoot from each of his hands, and just spiral up towards Samura. Samura, you manage to brush out of the way of one, but into the other, and you take.
Let's see.
You take 9 fire damage.
Okay.
So you kind of brush out of the way midair from one of these rays of fire and into the other one, and it just kind of scorches you. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Let me just quickly do. Okay. Yeah. Inspiration. 21.
21. Yeah. So even though you just got hit, you kind of you keep your wings beating strong, and you don't lose flight or anything. You don't lose your flying or anything. You still feel fairly confident in the air. That's gonna be his turn though. Samura, it is your turn now.
How high am I?
60 feet.
Because I know I was.
Yeah, but you have 50 feet of flying movement, and you were 10 feet before, so.
But I was 60 feet away from him, is how high I flew. Which, as a triangle, doing the maths, it isn't exactly 60 feet off the floor. Because it's
But you asked how
25
high
feet
you were.
down.
You're 60 feet off the floor.
Yeah, but last time when I moved to 60 feet upward. I moved 60 feet away from him, but just going straight upwards until that statement was true. Which
No,
isn't.
you only have 50 foot of fly, so you're 60 feet up. So you're probably, we'll say directly from him, we'll say 50 feet.
I'm just gonna fly straight towards the Genasi woman.
Go for it.
How close do I get? Exactly.
You can get to her with about 40 feet of flying.
Yeah, so I'll fly 40 feet to her. I am going to attempt to shove her towards the bridge edge.
Ellis's spiritual weapons there.
Push her down.
Right. I'll grapple her. I'll try and grapple.
Go for it. So what's a grapple? Is that contested strength?
I believe so. I'm not sure though. I can have a look for you.
Grapple should be contested strength.
We'll go with that for now, yeah.
Okay, I rolled 17.
She rolled a 10 plus 0, so let me double check.
Um,
She definitely doesn't. You definitely win. Yeah, plus 0,
Yeah.
so 10 total.
So what does that mean? Does it mean
So that's... She can't do out, she has to break out of it before she can do anything.
So you kind of just descend on her like an eagle, and you kind of just
Yeah.
it looks like you're gonna go for her with your talons, but then you drop and you just kind of wide arm like a bear hugger,
Yeah.
to wrap every part of you around her, even your wings, and you're just kind of like holding on to her as best you can.
So that's my action to grapple,
Yes.
right? Can I, as a bonus action with my 10 feet of movement, try and fall? Like, bring her down to the floor with me, so we're both prone. You know, if you're holding onto someone and then you remove yourself from the floor, so that it's just random extra weight out of nowhere, so that we both just drop.
Why don't you just try pushing to the floor?
Because that
Yeah,
would be a
I'm
lot
gonna say
harder to do.
you can't, because your bonus action you can't really
Okay.
do movement, like interaction based stuff. So Anya,
That's
it's your
fine.
turn.
So, Roz currently grappling the what's she
Yeah,
called?
out of
The
nowhere
egg
behind
gunner.
you. Out of nowhere behind you, Samurah just descends and like completely wraps himself around this ganassi or janassi, however you prefer to say it. Just completely envelops her in his like wings, and his arms, and his body, and his legs.
I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers on the Ganassi.
However, yeah, go for it. Tell us about that.
Which is quick.
Does being grappled make it a automatic hit?
I don't know at all, because technically she can't move, so I think it.
Yeah.
But
does.
it's a spell. Yeah, it's a spell, so it's not going to hit Samurah. So I'll say, you know, in these circumstances, I'll say yes. It just hits. So what's the damage?
3d6 psychic damage.
Go for it. Roll those damage.
Okay. It
Because she
doesn't.
just can't get away.
Just saying it wouldn't affect Samurah because it's one creature of my choice.
Yeah. We're just
So-
in case it was anything else. But yeah, that's that's perfect. That's a good play.
Also, I found out some
Come
good
on.
news. If we live this, I can cast Prayer of Healing as a ritual.
Yeah. I could ritual a couple of spells, but I think rituals add an extra hour to the casting time.
Yeah, 10 minutes, I think.
Oh, right.
8.
Okay, yeah.
8.
Oh no, it might be an hour. 8.
Is that
Thank you
total?
very much.
Oh, no.
Right, there we go. And that is your turn, Anya. So you kind of like mutter something as you flinch to the left. And Samurah, you can feel like this ganassi within like your like capture, within your grapple, just beginning to like flinch and like get uncomfortable even more so as you press in. It is her turn, and yeah, okay. So Samurah, you can kind of like, she's less so like, you kind of noticed she wasn't fighting your grapple nearly as much as she's kind of reacting to the what's it called, the spell that's been cast on her, and you just feel her hands kind of just grab any bit of you. She doesn't care which. She just lands her hands on you, and she's gonna cast Inflict Wounds.
This is gonna hurt, but technically the grapple still holds.
I'm pretty sure Inflicted Wounds does quite a bit, Jackson.
Yeah, it's 3d10 necrotic damage.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Oh, I
Yeah.
have Inflicted Wounds. That's all I knew.
Yeah. Which, on average, doesn't kill me.
Not a great set of rolls, but still, you're kind of in a bad way. 12 total necrotic damage.
That's below average.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Are you up still?
Yeah, I'm alive.
Okay. So yeah, you kind of suddenly become racked with this necrotic pain that just shifts through your body as she's just like unleashing it on you, and you can hear her like not growling, but like this frustrated yell as she pushes on you, just literally finding any perch as she can from where you grappled her and just pushing the spell onto you. She'll end her turn there. Eartha, it's your turn.
See, I forgot I had inflict wounds, and now I really want to cast it, but it means I'm gonna have to drop
Yeah.
my spear, which I don't want to do.
Well, to cast a spell, you only need one hand. So you can just one-hand it.
I'll allow it. Yeah.
Yep, I will cast it.
Unless the spell like it specifically says you touch them with both hands, you only need one.
Literally says you make a spell attack against.
Yeah,
Creature.
that's just using your spell attack modifier.
Then yeah, I'll do that. I'll touch him. and cast
Yep,
inflict
go for it.
wounds. I was looking at the wrong number. But I got 19 plus 7, so that's 26.
That hits.
Nice, that's 3d10.
Go for it.
4. 18 damage. 18 necrotic
18
damage.
Very nice.
I'm then going to use the longsword to take a swing at the Ganassi that's...
You can't.
I can't. Can I move?
You can move it, can't you?
Can I move the
You
sword
can-
to be by Raph?
Yes.
Why am I calling him Raphael? By,
He's very similar to him.
Yeah. Can I move the sword to...
Yes, it will make it, and it is flanking now, so you have advantage.
I would also like to twat him with that. 16 plus 7. 22, 21, 23. I'll go for that one. 23.
23 hits.
Oh, max damage, baby. That's 15.
Cool. So yeah,
I like
You-
that.
you grab out and grab Damon and just cast that same inflict wounds into him, and he's racked with necrotic pain. You can tell he did not like the cut of that. And then suddenly your spiritual weapon appears behind him and takes a pot shot at his back, and he looks, he did not like that round at all. Okay. Next up is Damon. He's going to... Okay, Samurai, make a charisma saving throw. Sorry, wisdom saving throw.
I'm going to use inspiration. Thank fuck. Wisdom.
Yes,
17.
17. You feel that same kind of like lightheadedness for a moment, and you immediately like shake it, and you kind of look around again and like realize you're still holding on to this Ganassi, and he's like frustrated. He's not gonna move, because then you can both take shots at him. So he's just gonna kind of pick his spear up from the cobblestones again and kind of ready it. And that's his turn. Samurai.
Okay, I want to preface this turn by saying, just shouting out, like, to them, but, like, obviously I'm just, like, shouting it so everyone will be able to hear. Take care of the demon! And just try and get both of them to just wail on the demon, just ignore the Genasi, just let it... I'll deal with that for as long as I can. Just focus them and kill them. Can I, as I'm grappling, can I move with her? Like, do you know when you wrap your arms around someone and you lift them and then you like start walking, or like even their feet's on the floor and you start like dragging while holding onto them? Can I like move with like reduced movement in any way or not?
It would be another strength check against hers, but you could get up to 15 feet.
if I do it and I take the strength check, and she passes me, does she just stop me from moving, or does she break out of it?
Breaks free.
Okay, yeah, I'm not going to risk it then. I'm just going to make sure she has to waste a turn on me. Yeah, I'm going to sit still.
Okay. Then it is her turn. No, Anya, it's your turn, sorry.
I'm going to cast Enhance Ability to Samura.
Okay.
I mean, there's different ones you can choose from. There's obviously Bear's Endurance, Bull Strength, Cast Grace.
Bear. I need the
You want
bear. Give us the bear.
Bear's Endurance.
That's the health one, isn't it? How much health do I get off the bear again?
5 temporary, I think.
It doesn't say on here.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's
I'll
on because there's
Google it.
too much. I've got it. It's all right.
I was about to say, if Jess, I was thinking of just texting Jess saying, give him enhancement. Give him enhancement. If he needs either health or he needs strength, one of the two would be perfect for
better
him.
than that. Target has advantage on Constitution checks. It also gains 2d6 temporary hit points.
Okay, hold on, let me see.
There's a bit at the bottom that says
2d6.
when you...
Do I roll 2d6 or does she?
Jess does.
I was just going to say, it says at the bottom, when you cast this spell using a spell slot of 3rd level or higher, you can target one additional creature for each slot level above 2nd. What does that mean?
You only have 2nd level spells at the minute, but when you unlock higher level spell slots, instead of casting a spell of that level, you can cast a weaker spell, but at a higher level, and it just does more.
Okay. So am I rolling 2d6?
Yes, 2d6.
Okay. Oh, 1.
Please roll well.
1.
No.
And the other.
Come on. 6! So that's 7 altogether.
7. Polar opposites. So 7 temporary hit points. What are you on, Jackson?
Don't answer the question. Don't answer the question.
That up to the moment. Yeah, I'm not going to answer. I'm going to leave that up to the moment.
Okay.
It's resoundingly low.
Is it higher than the temporary hit points you were just given?
No.
Oh no. No. Okay, then that is Anya's turn, and it is the Air Ganassi, and she...
I'm surprised she doesn't try to just break out.
About to sing that. That was in my head.
Beat the bar to a song. Hell yeah.
She is going to cast Inflict Wounds again. What do you want to bet,
No.
Jackson?
He has to it did 12 damage last time, didn't it?
Yeah.
What's the rule? If it takes you from your current to 0, you instantly die, or your max to
maximum to
0?
zero.
Max to 0.
Okay. Well, if it does 12 damage again, I go to 0.
Okay, well, it did 14, so...
-2. I'm out, baby.
So let's save us some time. Make a death saving throw.
Don't you make them at the start of every turn? I thought it was... I got 15. I got 15.
15.
Do I add my constitution or not?
No.
Okay,
But you
it's
got a
just 15
success.
still.
So mark off a success. So yeah, she blasts another inflict wounds into you, and you just kind of like... that necrotic energy racks through you, and you just go still, and you just fall. Your wings splayed. You fall on your back to the ground. You just... blood is coming out of your beak. You're bleeding everywhere, and like if you could see your veins underneath your feathers, but you can't. But like at your eyes, there's just this black necrotic energy mixed with the bloodshot of near death. You're bleeding out. Okay.
Sounds fun.
I could help him. The only problem with that is
Don't do it.
I will invoke an opportunity attack. An attack of opportunity.
Don't do it.
No, I need to
Just
save
kill
him.
him, Alice. Just kill him.
Yeah.
No, you don't. Not yet. You don't need to save me yet.
Fine,
Okay.
I'll twat him with my spear and I'll twat him with my spiritual weapon. And I get advantage because he's... What's the word?
I know what you mean, and I can't think of it.
Surrounded.
Flanked.
That's it. Flanked.
Yeah.
Surrounded, flanked. Same thing. 26 to hit on
Hits.
one with the spear. Ooh, 26 with the magical longsword. So with the spear to D8 plus 1. 2. 2 damage for the spear. I can't maths. Do you want me just to add it all as one?
Yeah, sure.
14.
14.
14.
And is that you and the spiritual weapon?
Yes.
Cool.
That is me and
Yeah,
speech.
you take a jab with the spear, and then your spiritual weapon takes a slice, and he is looking rough. Like these last 2 rounds have not been good for him. You've carved a lot of them off, and he kind of falls to one knee, still holding himself up on the spear, and he kind of coughs blood, same as Samura did, but Samura is now on the ground.
Fight me, bitch. I mean, that's what you're doing, but...
He's gonna make 2 melee attacks with his spear at you, Eartha.
Oh, poor choice of words.
Yeah, you could go down here too. You've really picked the wrong
No,
time.
guys, you can't leave me. You can't leave me on my own.
That's
I
2
can't do it on
17s
my
to
own.
hit, Eartha.
Oh, shit. Shit. Bollocks.
I'm guessing they both hit.
Yeah, they both
Well,
hit.
My AC is 16. Unless I had my shield, it would be 18. But I opted to deal more damage than I did protect myself. Poor choice on my behalf, I know.
Piercing damage and fire damage combined, that's 13 damage.
I live.
Shit.
I
Well,
live.
I'll get you out.
I'm so happy. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't-
If Jess hadn't healed me, I would fully be dead. Like,
Oh, God.
I'd be on the same health as Jackson.
Yeah. Well, Jess healed me, and I died.
Samurai, death saving throw.
Okay. 12.
Success.
I ain't let myself go down tonight.
Those black necrotic veins in your eyes are starting to fade. Okay. Anya, it's your turn.
I can't cast Healing Word on Jackson, can I? Because
I think so.
He can technically
Yeah.
still hear you because he's only unconscious.
He's just
Okay.
bleeding out, yeah.
I don't know if
okay,
it's...
what does it mean by it doesn't work on construct? What's
Like a
construct?
building.
Jade.
Oh,
no,
right,
like
okay.
like jade, like
Oh.
a mechanical,
Oh,
like a
okay.
something like the Iron Golem, jade, clank, stuff that's like not.
I don't
like
even know
a
if
light.
I'll cast Healing Word on Samura. I feel like I'm just throwing these out like Healing Word, but everyone's dying. So
It's funny,
Yeah.
because you're a bard, Ellis is a cleric, and you still heal more.
I'm a war cleric. not a
Ellis is
normal
currently
cleric.
busy about to be dead.
I'm a war cleric, Jackson. I'm not a healy cleric.
I can't go play because I'm a wizard with no spell slots.
yeah, I'll
So
cast.
what's
I'll
the total there,
cast.
Anya?
1d. Hang on. Sorry.
Please be more than 1d4. If it's 1d4, I can still... If it's 1d anything, I can still die.
Well, I've got plus 7 as well. So.
Oh yeah, then I at least come alive again.
You've got 9.
9 more
9.
health. Okay. Fantastic. I'm alive.
Cool. It is Aurelia's turn. So, Samura, you're kind of on the ground. You've just been bleeding out, and then Anya kind of calls out to you, and you just like burst back into life. Those necrotic veins shoot back into you, and it fades from you, and you kind of like burst up.
You're gonna get kicked in
and-
the face.
Aurelia looks down at you, and she goes, "Birdie," and she's gonna cast Cure Wounds.
Alice, she's a woman who's been taken by the friend spell. It could be wearing off right now.
When
She's just incredibly dumb.
Me.
I don't understand.
She could have just broke the save. She could join us in this fight right now.
Samura, you restore an extra 6 Sorry. Let me double check that. I'm not sure if that's exactly correct. Yeah, sorry. 6 hit points.
Okay.
She just kind of strokes the top of your head and keeps going, Birdie. This woman looks about like 25. Like she's talking like a child, but like she's acting like a simple, innocent child, but she's like a grown woman.
It's this feeble mind.
Oh, right. How do I do a concentration check as well? I need to do that because I got hit, didn't I?
Oh yeah, you've been hit a lot, Ellis.
No, since I put my spell on, I've only been hit once. Twice.
So the DC, you have to roll a Constitution saving throw, and the DC is 10 or half the damage you take, whichever is higher. So I mean the most.
10.
Yeah.
Well, that one's an 11 plus my con, and that one is a 10 plus my con, so they both pass. So I've still got a magical weapon. Oh, it's my go, isn't it? Hit him with my spear.
You got more
inflict sword.
You got inflict wounds.
Inflict wounds, and then hit him with my spear. Not my spear, my magic sword.
I was about to say it's more damage, and we kind of need it.
Oh, actually, can I cast it? Of course I can. I can cast another 3 times. Inflict wounds. Hit him with my sword.
Go for it.
Advantage because it's that. 26 again.
Hits.
18 plus 7. 20.
Hits.
Yeah. Okay. So inflict wounds. I'll add them all up together for you, Bradley. So
Thank you.
Yeah, I need the D8. Come here. 26 damage.
26.
He's...
Hopefully this thing dies.
You'll come back. He's... Cambions.
Yeah, but it'll take him a while.
You almost like ditch the spear for a second as you just put everything into this inflict wounds, and you just crump it into him, and at the same time your sword kind of stabs into him, and you can like you see like his eyes go cross for a second as he's like barely hanging on to life, as he's like, and as the sword pulls out of him, he pushes you away, and he's gonna go like he's bleeding out of a lot of places, and he just says, "Another day, Aurelia. Another day." And he vanishes.
Fuck you, bitch. I'm gonna burn that fate to ashes.
Yeah, there's kind of like a shimmer, and you just feel this rush of planar energy as he just disappears, like a vacuum appears in his place.
Okay.
Samura, it's your turn.
Wait, what? He's not gone?
Still in combat. Right. Still in combat, eh? I'm gonna... First of all,
You can choose to try and break combat if you like.
No, okay, I'm gonna stay in combat because I'm gonna be wary. I'm gonna go over to Jade, and I want to see if I believe the spell was Dispel Magic, or, do you know the zone effect where it only dispels magic in an area for a certain amount of time?
Well, you've been casting magic, so you know it's on that one.
Yeah. So, she's gone. She's completely gone.
No. If you look at animated armor stat blocks, if they get hit with Dispel Magic, they're down for a minute.
Oh, fantastic. I was actually reading our custom spell for it, and I thought it would be in there. It wasn't, but I'm very happy about that. Cool. So, how long has it been? About?
Probably about, like, as you're walking over, not fully, but bits are, like, shifting back together, like the magic's reconnecting. She's not, like, fully back together, but bits of her armor are clicking back together again.
Yeah, I assume my bonded supercharge is no longer in effect. It got dispelled with her. Cool.
Yeah.
Right. Did you say that Abba was dead, or just that what did you say with the Abba situation again?
You can't censor at the minute.
Can't sense anything. Cool. So most likely dead. Right. Let me look at my ritual spells because I need.
It has like 1 hit point, doesn't it?
Yeah, but that means it's been detected. Could be a hunter, it could be more of them.
I'm assuming it's probably one that's flying around. Or was flying around.
There was nothing flying around.
The
Apart
Ed
from her.
Genasi.
Yeah, I mean,
And it was
Yeah.
gone before she arrived.
yeah, that is true. I'm with break combat, personally, if everybody else is okay with it.
But if he's leaving,
Yeah, he's gone.
I am in no state to continue.
Actually, do you want now? I'll throw some spells at Ellis. We'll just finish him off.
This guy, yeah, he's useless.
No, bitch.
That was on a knife's edge. He was on 3 hit points.
It's,
And
you know,
the only thing he had left that you hadn't seen was plane shift.
not what I was so upset about. I had a perfect plan to kill him on my next turn, and I was the next person. Because you can cast spells on the floor prone, I'm pretty sure. Doesn't say
Yeah.
you can't. So I was about to point my finger and toll the dead him from across
Yeah.
the floor.
So are you breaking combat? Did you say? Is everyone breaking combat?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys are pretty fucking beat up.
I died for the second time.
I'm like 8
This
health.
Air Ganassi is just like brushing the dust off her clothes, and she's like, she sees some like muck on her boot, and she like kneels over and starts like rubbing it like really furiously, and then
You
finishes it
wanna
off.
I'll just ask, are you one of them?
One of who?
The keys, is that what you call yourselves?
Hmm.
Which one
I'm
are you?
6.
You're 6. How many are there of you? Just out of curiosity. Don't worry, you don't
I'm
have
not
to tell
supposed
him.
to say.
Oh, don't worry, it's just a secret between me and you.
She like looks up at the fucking huge statue. He's watching.
You can do it with fingers, yeah. I'm sure he won't see fingers.
Can I like interrupt and go,
No,
could you maybe give out some more of that healing?
To you?
Everyone.
Oh, don't worry, buddy. I can do that for her.
I don't have a lot left, and there's something else I need to do. But, I hurt your bird. I'm sorry.
My bird or his bird?
Bird's bird.
Bird's bird. Can I ask you a
yeah,
question again?
Me.
What's your favorite number between 1 and 10?
7.
Thank you.
Like she has like light blue skin, and it's almost like hauntingly beautiful. Like again, so light blue skin, dark blue freckles, like these turquoise glassy eyes, and this long greenish white hair. She looks like very like fantasy. Like she looks like kind of crazy to look at, and like because she's an Air Ganassi, her hair kind of stirs without the wind. Like the wind's blowing, but her hair almost doesn't obey the wind. It has like its own private dramatic wind that kind of billows it in its own way. But her like when you kind of come up with that, she blushes. Like she's like, that was good.
Ah, mine too. So what's your name, by the way?
I'm Aurelia.
Aurelia. Well, till we meet again, because I'm assuming you've got to do some shifty shifts and disappear.
Oh, I'm not finished.
You know? Oh no.
No.
Is that a good not finished or a bad not finished?
I love the fear there. Like,
Are you
Say that again,
finished?
sorry, Jackson.
What are you not?
Well, he had his job, and I have my job.
And your job is... I'm going to sit there kind of like cross fingers behind my skin. She's like behind my back, just like, please don't say kill us, please don't say kill us.
Well, I'm doing it.
Oh, does it distract us by any chance?
No. And she kind of, she's gonna,
Pulls out a
actually,
knife.
she's gonna blast. She's got 3. Oh no, she's got 2 left. She's gonna blast to cure wounds into Eartha and Samara,
Wait, what?
just because she's only got 2 of those spell slots left.
I am...
Eartha, you get, Jesus. Eartha, you get 7. Samara, you get 1 hit point. She's like, and then she looks at you, Anya, and she says, "You."
Me.
And she like holds out her hand, and she's just staring at you.
No, you can't take it. can't take her with you, I'm afraid.
No, she goes with you.
What?
Okay, but why are you putting out your hand for?
You need to touch my hand.
Why?
Because it's nicer than just grabbing people.
Definitely some plane shift BS going on.
Um,
Just touch it, see what happens.
Because if I die, I don't.
You won't die,
Oh.
you'll disappear though, but you won't die.
You'll disappear.
You might
You'll go somewhere. It could
Oh.
be hell, but like,
My heart is beating so hard right now.
So this hauntingly beautiful, ethereal-looking woman is just staring at you, her hand held out.
Why should I trust you? You stabbed me before.
I was playing the game. We were all stabbing.
It's a big chess game.
Why should I trust?
Eartha, what did you say?
It's a big chess game.
She looks at you and says, a really big chess game.
Yep.
Why should I
Oh.
trust you?
We don't have to. I can just do it, but I was just being nice.
may as well go along. May as well do it the easy way.
Fine.
She
I
kind of puts her
regret
arm back.
this.
She puts her hand back out.
Why not? Anya holds a hand.
As soon as your
God.
hand touches hers, she grabs your wrist and pulls you in. And she's like staring you right in the eyes. And she's like, I'm really sorry. And she just casts remove curse on you.
This is how it happens.
Okay.
This is how it goes down. Let me guess, she loses everything. Loses her memory, loses her spells.
Speaking of memory, Anya, you feel the effects of a fake memory you have being washed away. The spell Modify Memory has been used on you, and you feel it ending. You remember you're in your childhood house. You're about 3 years old, maybe 4. You hear a noise out in the hallway, and you're scared, and you want to see your parents, and you jump out of bed, and you open the door, and the lights are on. And you look down the hallway, and you see your parents' door is open. And you walk forward a little bit, and you can hear noise. A lot of noise. And you see movement. You see this appendage flash out into the door. This horrible, grotesque arm with 3 giant claws. You just catch that image and you're terrified, but where else would you go when you're scared? You want to see your parents, so you keep pushing gingerly forward. And you just see this creature. This creature is like 7 feet tall, maybe taller. It looks almost skeletal. It's got 2 gigantic arms with these horrible claws on either end.
Oh, picture time.
It's just tearing your parents into pieces. Just completely. It's just goring their bodies. Just completely. Like, it's not like they're dead. They're so dead. And it's still not done playing. This is the creature that you see.
Holy crap. What is that?
Just goring them. Just tearing them piece from piece. And as you see this, you're only like 3 or 4 years old. That paused breath, and it looks at you. It turns its attention away from Genevieve and Lawrence, or what was Genevieve and Lawrence, and it's now on you. These piercing red eyes just staring at you. and it smiles, and it's the worst thing you've seen in your admittedly brief life, but it's up there even now that you're remembering it, and you back up into something, and you freeze, and this creature that's about 15 feet ahead of you, it looks up and then turns back to what it was doing, goring your parents. And you slowly turn your head and you feel a normal hand, touch your cheek. And it casts the spell on you, Modify Memory. That gives you the false memory that your parents died on some adventure in some kinder part of the world doing what they loved. And you come back. Aurelia is still holding your wrist, and she's looking you deep in the eyes, and she's like, I'm really sorry. And she lets you go. And she looks really ashamed, and she looks at both of you, Samara and Earth, and she says, I should really go. Really nice meeting you.
You too. Till we meet again. But hopefully
we meet again.
Hopefully you won't try to kill us.
Samura?
Yes.
I'm going to kill you dead. And she just jumps off the side of the bridge.
Well, that didn't go exactly how I said.
And you're expecting the like of her hitting the water. Never comes. And that's where we'll end the session. That was a busy one.
Honestly, didn't know what was going to happen as soon as I held her hand.
Some good theories. Teleporting,